Dan who? Wanna talk some toys? Let's start now. You know the show starts when the man says pow. Dan who? Brandon, man so handsome. Want Marvel Legends and you know who has them. Tune in, it's 8 o'clock. Makes you wanna buy toys so you hate to watch. It's on a Thursday. It can change like that though. Got no money left cause I gave it all to Hasbro. Enjoy the show. Haha. Okay. Dan who? Wanna talk some toys? Let's start now. You know the show starts when the man says pow. Dan who? Brandon, man so handsome. Want Marvel Legends and you know who has them. Tune in, it's 8 o'clock. Makes you wanna buy toys so you hate to watch. It's on a Thursday. It can change like that though. Got no money left cause I gave it all to Hasbro. Enjoy the show. Haha. Okay. Dan who? Wanna talk some toys? Let's start now. You know the show starts when the man says pow. Dan who? Brandon, man so handsome. Want Marvel Legends and you know who has them. Tune in, it's 8 o'clock. Makes you wanna buy toys so you hate to watch. It's on a Thursday. It can change like that though. Got no money left cause I gave it all to Hasbro. Enjoy the show. Haha. Okay. Dan who? Wanna talk some toys? Let's start now. You know the show starts when the man says pow. Dan who? Brandon, man so handsome. Want Marvel Legends and you know who has them. Tune in, it's 8 o'clock. Makes you wanna buy toys so you hate to watch. It's on a Thursday. It can change like that though. Got no money left cause I gave it all to Hasbro. Enjoy the show. Haha. Pow! And welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram. And it's Dan Who. And hello, how are we doing? We are back on a Thursday afternoon to recap a crazy week of reveals. And I apologise to my US friends. I literally forgot that our clocks went back. So I think my schedule is all out of sync for my US friends. So if anyone appeared here early, I appreciate you. Thank you. But yeah, the UK pushed their clocks back. So technically we're an hour behind you guys for the next week or so, I think. But it will eventually work itself out anyway. But anyway, we're here now. How are you doing? Hope you're well on this Thursday afternoon. I'm in a good mood because I've just booked the next day off work. So I'm like, hooray, I can have 2 Copperbergs tonight. That's it. I'm going to treat myself. It's that top of night. But as always, I'm not here on my own. Of course, we don't just have... oh shit, where's my button gone? No one's going to be here if I can't find my button. Okay. No one. Okay, I found it. It was good. Okay. Ooh, who was that? It's a mystery. The super producer Rich M is back, and of course Brandon Hero Collections, who I met for the second time, and he's still taller than me. Believe it or not, he's not shrunk in the year since COVID. Rich, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. You guys all right?
We're all good. We missed you, Rich. Yes, I'm not gonna lie, we missed you.
I was in Aberystwyth. I was double booked, but next year I will not be booking anything for Halloween weekend. Right? I'll keep it free.
Wait. What did you end up doing in Aberystwyth, or rather, what did you end up wearing in Aberystwyth?
Yeah, we don't know what you went as. It's Halloween.
Yeah, and you'll never see pictures. I think I did send pictures to like 2 people asked me when I was really drunk, and then I deleted them the next day. And fingers crossed, no one saw them.
Oh shit!
But the theme was Halloween costumes you wanted to wear when you were 10.
Wanted to wear when you were 10.
So when I was 10, like most people growing up in the 80s and 90s, like I grew up
so long ago.
Yeah, like the Tim Burton Batman films. So
you wanted Batman?
Yeah, of course. I wanted to be Michelle Pfeiffer.
one. Tight leather.
No, not Catwoman. I want it to be Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, you just went as Michelle Pfeiffer. Now I do want to see the fancy dress. Damn, we're missing out.
Oh, you'll never. Those will never get revealed.
Oh, damn,
Maybe someone might. I've seen them up somewhere, but not linked to this one.
Someone track them down.
The mystery. Unless you're in Aberystwyth that weekend, scaring people.
So quick, Google Aberystwyth, jump on Facebook. We need to find these pictures. But anyway, we did miss you, Rich. But yes, this week we last streamed like the night of 10/27. So me and Brandon were literally an hour or so late to all these reveals, and they revealed more than I expected. To be fair, I have put up a video on the channel, but it's very much a recap. I always prefer having a conversation and talking with you guys about the reveals anyway, because we're now moving into 2022. I think we know everything that's going to be hitting shelves this year now, and everything that gets revealed is probably going to be the first quarter of 2023. So we are it's crazy. The year's gone already. We're in quarter 4. It's Christmas is coming. Halloween's over. Mariah Carey is defrosted. She's started singing already. And yeah, the 4th quarter is upon us. So that's what today's show is basically. It's a recap of the week that was. We went to MCM. I've got some pictures to show off, some shout outs, and we can recap the reveals. And me and Brandon can just give our little experiences. And maybe by the end of the show, Rich will reveal to us who we actually went as for Halloween. We shall see how much. Is there any vodka in that Coke there, Rich?
No, it's just cool.
Damn.
Back in work this week.
Damn, if vodka was in it, we might have been in luck. Probably not now. Let me do some quick housekeeping, and then we can just jump straight into this. So where are my buttons? I'm all over the place at the minute. I was at Turtles and Tea the other day. Okay, here we go. There we go. So talking of Turtles and Tea, go and watch the last episode with me and Tanner. Technically the 1-year anniversary of Turtles and Tea, because me and Tanner started doing this last November. So the spin-off, the spin-off has lasted the year, and as long as Turtles keep getting released, me and Tanner ain't going nowhere. We've realised this show is just for us at this point. But it is there if you do want to go and listen to us break down all the Turtle reveals from New York Comic Con. I literally play clips from the cartoon to show you exactly what some of those figures are from. So if you just want some long-form content talking Turtles, go and check that out on the channel now, just from 2 days ago it was. So go and check that out. Turtles and Tea, me and the Super Turk 5000, who I also met at MCM Comic Con. Go and watch the latest episode of Joe's and Juice on the channel as well with Tom and Mark. Legends and Liquor is this weekend. Okay, so I'm back. It is Legends and Liquor weekend. It's the 6th of November. So yeah, I haven't had a chance to talk to anyone about any reveals or anything going on. So yeah, Legends and Liquor this week. So after today's live stream, you can start hitting me up for Legends and Liquor. Where's my intro for Legends and Liquor? There you go. So after today's live stream, if you are a channel member at the Members Club tier, it's very important, all right? I have one rule. Be a member. I don't care what your opinion is on action figures. You can love them, you can hate them. But if you are a Members Club tier, you're allowed to come on and share your voice your opinion, all right? So Legends and Liquor, Members Club tier, hit me up after the show with a fresh DM, and I'll start getting the list down. We can usually get about 18 guests, so it's all fair game. As always, if you want to contribute not just to today's stream, you can contribute to the channel, and anything over £4 or $4 via Friday, the Super Chat robot, or the Streamlabs donation link at the top of the description. She will read it out. Literally be a part of today's show, get your Super Chats heard, be a part of the conversation, and contribute to the channel while you're doing so. All your support is much appreciated. Thank you so much. Hit that join button, as I was saying, all of that good stuff. Let's get back to talking some toys. So, I had a comment earlier on Instagram saying, Dan, why don't you ever talk about your pickups at the start of a stream anymore? And to be fair, the last couple of weeks, we haven't really had a lot to talk about. But I think this week we've got some stuff we can talk about. So let's start there, shall we? Before we break down any news, let's just have a casual conversation about what some new toys we're picking up. And Brandon, you were just showing something off there. So do you want to kick us off?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, I like your little mod you've done there.
In all her glory.
Who is it? Who could that be?
I don't know.
Mystery Black Panther.
I love this thing, man. Like the texturing, the sculpted detail on her. She's double jointed, pinless, everything. She has a ball jointed neck. The only thing I'd add if I was being super picky is butterflies, but other than that, she is phenomenal.
So,
is she cosplaying as Michelle Pfeiffer too?
Maybe you went as Black Panther,
Michelle,
and people
Michelle
got
Pfeiffer
confused.
never looked this good, Rich. Sorry.
Oh, shots fired.
So this arrived today, right, Brandon?
Yeah. So came in from Indomon Toys today, and yeah, she's just so nice. Really fun to pose. Um, been having a lot of fun with her today. Assuming it is Shuri, the Shuri head does fit.
And so do the effect
but,
pieces that you've just attached. Those gauntlets,
Yeah.
they look
Yeah.
really nice. I've not
Did
seen
it-
anyone
did
do
it-
that yet.
Did you try all the female heads? Did all the other ones fit?
I haven't tried.
And the Kia could be.
Do it! Do
Yeah.
it! We can solve the mystery!
It's got to be. Obviously we all think it's Shuri, but it could be Nakia as well. Could be.
Or someone new. It could be someone like
Or someone completely new. Could be some completely new. So yeah, this has officially got announced now as well. It went up for pre-order Tuesday, I think the 1st, along with someone else that we'll talk about briefly. But it wasn't exactly the best kept secret. This code name was Fort Knox, right? But
I feel like it could fit. I'm not going to force it because when I put Shuri on earlier, when I took the Shuri head off, it brought the peg with it, and then I had to heat it up and then try and pluck it out and all kinds. But I reckon Shuri could. I reckon Nakia could fit. Sorry to interrupt, Dan.
no, it's all good. So completely pinless. Has it got butterfly joints?
No, that's the only thing that I think, like, if I was being really, really picky in an ideal world where we could give everything, it would have butterflies. But
Nice. It looks great. You just holding it there. I've not opened mine yet.
But just wait. Ready? Look at this bit. Ready? Look. Oof.
Yeah, looks good. Undoubtedly.
Ah.
I didn't even think about
good.
putting those gauntlet pieces on there, to be fair. It's the first time I've seen anyone do that. Are you getting this, Rich?
Yeah, one day when the post turns up for me. They're not on strike now. Who would know?
I know, yeah. They've cancelled their strike.
Where did you order yours from?
I think comics and cocktails, but it is just like this. It's in the like processing
Okay,
thing.
yeah.
But it was that and Moonstone I ordered at the same time. So I think Moonstone only came into stock yesterday, didn't she? So
Yeah, she came into stock yesterday, but it's the perfect time for me to show off. Moonstone has arrived. So this is a perfect release for me.
I can hear some jealous Americans.
This is a perfect release for me because I never had that original Moonstone that came in the 2013 Thunderbolts box set. There was a few figures in that I was missing. I think Dante, shout out Dante, the host of the Infinity Equation podcast. He helped me out with one of my like grails in regards to Legends, as I really wanted Ghost. And he had found a double, sent it my way, so I will forever be grateful for Dante for that. But obviously we've had re-releases of Luke Cage, we've had re-releases of Crossbones, we've got Juggernaut, we've got Man-Thing, which is a very desirable build-a-figure now after his appearance in Werewolf by Night, but I've never had Moonstone, so I'm happy she is here with the updated arms, but same old jelly legs, unfortunately, I think. But I am still very happy.
breast reduction as well, Dan.
Has she? Sad
Yeah.
times. So it's not the technical. It's not.
How did you notice that?
It's not the Moonstone body. It's not. It's like.
It's not the Moonstone body. It's a new chest piece. The thing is, it's hard being a superhero with back trouble, isn't it? You gotta get him taken down.
Fair enough. No discrimination. But I haven't opened it yet, but here she is. So I know some people may be frustrated with this release. Very lackluster. She doesn't come with any accessories apart from her hands. For me, it's a gap filler, a character filler for my collection. And
Double jointed elbows, though.
double jointed elbow. So it is an upgrade to the previous version. She's upgraded her arms and downgraded something else, if you know what I'm talking about. So there you go. Here she is. I'm trying to. This is the last Walgreens exclusive, isn't it? So like, who were all four of them? Baron Zemo, Jigsaw. Who was the first one?
Sentry.
Yeah.
Zemo-
Okay. Oh yes, Sentry. So it was,
Zemo was the first one, then Sentry.
No, then
Baron-
Jigsaw.
No
Yeah.
Jigsaw, Sentry, Moonstone.
Yeah, well, the brother goes now.
we got it together. There we go.
That's the only reason I'm here when the old men forget.
But I've been starting to pull out some of the figures that she's in the team with, and they do look great together. Where are they? Here they are. So I have them ready to do a comparison. I had to get Man-Thing now deserves a better place in the collection. He was like really back row, like you could hardly see him. Like he needs to come forefront. So there you go. There's the Thunderbolts, or Luke Cage's version of the Thunderbolts anyway. So that's what Moonstone's going to be a part of. But I will hopefully get that open. Hopefully tomorrow, get that review up ASAP. I've been too busy opening really important figures in the meantime, like this guy. Super desirable, this guy. Howard the Duck. Look at this. Look at this articulation. Shoulders
Man.
all the way up.
From that 2-pack, that super like reasonably priced 2-pack.
People are gonna hate me in the review, right? Because I start off like later on in the review, I realise I admit I'm being sarcastic, but right at the start, I'm like, look at this 2-pack, 2 brand new, unique Marvel Legends, how they appear in the Disney Plus show. Like people are gonna people are so easy to get wind up. But yeah, there you go. So you got Scott Lang's head in the jar now. The review will go up so you can have a closer look, but it's not a head on a peg joint. Do you know that it's not like an interchangeable head that you could pop off and put on another figure?
You can't put someone else's head
no,
on it.
No, it's stuck. It's one solid piece. The neck and the head are like fused together and it's just stuck on there. So you can't use that head on another body. You can't put another head in the jar. Like
that's so stupid.
Yeah, so it's disappointing. I was going to put Hank's head in the jar and let Frogman carry it around for a little bit, but not anymore, I'm not. So there you go. But there he goes. Do you reckon you can fudge him in a comic display?
Yeah, you probably could, but that like, no, when you think this set can't get any worse, you just saying that, it's like, oh, they can make it worse than what you thought it was gonna be. It's like
so his head is like and neck are fused together as well, and there's a ball in the head.
It very much looks like the comic book, like Chip Zdarsky run, so you could easily get that onto your comic book display, put him next to Squirrel Girl or something, because they're like a crossover going on.
You could have come with a cocktail. If I had a cocktail, he'd look a little bit better on the shelf.
Does he not come with hands, interchangeable hands
nope,
or anything?
That's it. You can just wave it, yeah. There you go. That's it. That's it. Anyway, great value 2-pack. Really happy to give Hasbro my money for this one. What made me laugh, though, is that when you open it up, these 2 fall out in little bags, and the Khonshu Build-A-Figure piece is in the main segment of the packaging. Yeah. So these 2 are basically accessories to the Khonshu Build-A-Figure piece. This is honestly, that box is basically the Khonshu body, their torso with these 2. Yeah, these 2 fell straight out.
Just when you were wondering what YouTube were going to make videos about, now the HASLAB is over, and now we know.
Yeah.
Next year of Howard the Bloody Duck.
They're already finding stuff. I've literally Mariah Carey. Why are people obsessed with me? I don't know. But yeah. But still, yeah. There you go. So I think I'll put Howard up next, and then I'll do Moonstone. But the whole wave is here, as you know. Are you going in for the whole wave, Rich?
No, I was picking and choosing. Now I might be choosing less.
Who have you gone for?
I've gone for the 2 zombies.
Okay, they're good. I like these. There you go.
Agent Wu. I've gone for Agent Wu, and I have got Howard the Duck.
You've actually opened these figures within like a day or so of actually receiving them.
He clearly doesn't subscribe, does he? The reviews are already up, Brandon. They're already there.
I saw the Iron Man review.
Yeah, Wonder went up earlier.
I didn't watch it, but I saw it.
Hit the bell button, Brandon. You get a reminder then every day.
You got to hit all. Apparently, I've had to start telling people to press all. But yeah, all the 3 zombies put together make a lot of sense, and it is starting to look like a pretty fun collection. There you go. Zombies. And there's Dante talking about the man himself who sorted me out of a ghost. He said Howard throws his hands in the air like he just don't care. That is true. He can. That is the type of range to expect on this Marvel Legend. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Throw his hands in the air like he just don't care. There you go.
Do you think he'll be topping the top 10 list of this year?
Maybe. Stay tuned to find out. Maybe that Ant-Man head.
To be fair, he is pinless.
Completely pinless. Oh, I didn't even mention that in my review. I'm going to go and re-record it now. Not only value for money, he's pinless. Look at this sway swivel, people. Sway swivel? That's not even a word. There you go.
Oh, he can move his waist. Nice.
So, okay, sorry, Rich. 2 zombies you went for. Jimmy Woo and
Howard the Duck. Of those 4.
Nice. There you go.
Well, like I think I've said before, I wasn't a big fan of the Loki TV show. Sorry, not sorry. But those figures do look good if you like Loki.
He Who Remains is definitely one of my most anticipated in that wave. I think the best of Jonathan Majors in the MCU is yet to come. I think that was a very particular version of He Who Remains, and we're going to start having some fun with that character, I think. Even though I didn't dislike it as much as you, I don't think.
I didn't. That was like just 3 people.
Very talky, yeah.
Very A-level amateur dramatic. That's what I thought, but that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion.
You know, like it's like some people like some things, other people don't like other things. Like you know, whoever cares about Monet as an X-Men character? Do you know what I mean? But then
we're going there.
Come on
We're
now.
going
We're all
there.
friends here. We're all friends here.
Oh,
We're all friends here. Come on now.
it's a weird place to be, you know.
Let's say hello to some people in the chat, and then we can talk some more toys. Because I feel like I'm neglecting people. Over 100 people here on a Thursday afternoon, so I appreciate you. As I said, it's one of those Thursdays where we've had some news. Everyone's in a wind down period and sort of approaching the fourth quarter. People are going to start saving for Christmas and all of that good stuff. But some legends are hitting. So let me scroll up and just catch some names. If you are in the chat, say hello, and I'll see if I can catch your name real quick. I do like to give you a little hello. So shout out to the American friends who were in like an hour early. Caleb Cloud, Kurt K, Stryden, RP, Mark Rose, Greg Finstad, Home Dude, Doc Avenger, Big Will 2K99.
And check out Caleb's channel. I did put a link in the channel. He's done a review with his son of the Galactus figure. It's
nice.
It's really good. So go and check that out as well.
If I can find it, I'll pin it to the top. Oh, there you go. I've found it. Right. Okay, I've pinned it to the top. Go and check out Caleb's review. There you go. Got to show some love to everyone else in the community. There it is. Pinned to the top. Go and give it a like. And check that out shortly. There's Michael. Bring toys to work. Thank you very much for the donation, Michael.
Bring toys to work donated $5. Hello, gentlemen. Good to see the three of you back together on the screen again. Question for you. If you had to pick 2 more zombies released from the What If series, who would you want?
Okay, thank you, Michael. Good question as well. We appreciate you. He says, firstly, hello, gentlemen. Good to see 3 of you back on the screen again. Question for you. If you had to pick 2 more zombies released from the What If series, who would you want? Anyone got 2 that come straight to mind?
Giant Wasp. That's what I want most of all. Like, build a figure, Giant Wasp. And probably Hawkeye, because like he was in the beginning when he was like, that would be like that initial team kind of like filled up with him and Iron Man, I think.
Was there... Falcon was a zombie, weren't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd like a Falcon zombie. I think that would be pretty cool.
Well, spoiler alert, but by the end, most of the world was zombies.
Pick any character at this point. Yeah. Vision wasn't a zombie though, was he?
No.
He can't be a zombie. Any Brandon, you've gone quiet. Are you on mute?
Oh, yeah, I'm opening toys. Sorry.
It's all right.
I was gonna say Falcon and Hawkeye, and I think they confirmed already that I think a producer of Marvel Zombies confirmed that the series is going to be 4 episodes.
Oh, only 4 episodes. Okay, interesting. Is it based on the same What If world or a completely different
continuation?
Thing?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Because I liked that episode. What I liked about that episode wasn't necessarily just zombies. It was that ragtag team of random characters that wouldn't be together in any other situation from the MCU. So yeah, I liked it. But I'm game for more episodes from that world because some of them survive, don't they? Some of them get away in the end. Yeah. I won't spoil it, but someone gets away. Ooh. Let me go back to the chat real quick. Okay, Richard Moore says, "What's up? What's up? What's down? What's round?" Marvel Collector UK, Dan Hayden, Arshavin, Jay's Toys Collection UK. I apologise. I want to make a public apology to Jay because he watched Turtles and Tea and then got massive FOMO and went and brought himself a cartoon Scrag off eBay. I think that was wise though, Jay, because I think they're going to get more pricey as time goes on. So just get it now, and then you don't have to stress about it. And you know you want that red jersey and the rest of the Bebop and Rocksteady gang, okay? So you've made the wise decision, but I do feel your pain. It is a hard pill to swallow at that price for sure. But it's not getting cheaper. Craig Smith says, "Hey pal, how you doing?" I've seen Craig. Spent some time with Craig at MCM. I'll show you some pictures in a minute. The Fossil, JC, Fortress Maximus, Cat Lives. He said the big 3 are back. That's right, we're the big 3. I'll be Iron Man. Rich, do you want to be 4? Brandon can be Captain America. This has got toys in America. I think that's fair. You okay with that, Brandon? I assume he says yes. Okay.
Oh wait, sorry. I muted myself again because I was opening Electabuzz. Yes, I said yes.
Who else? Loco Lou, the Irrelevant Hulk. Tat Tat Toys with Film, Bring Toys to Work, Compulsive Collector, Paul McCarthy, Curtis Randall says, "My girlfriend is home for the first time in 2 months. I'll catch you on the replay." Curtis, when you watch this on the replay, hello, my friend. How you doing? Thank you for joining us. Retrovision, Infamous 216, Stryden, California Red Devil, who I think's in a good mood because I think Man U are winning right now in the Europa League, if anyone knows what that is. It's like lower form of European football. You don't need to know. Don't worry about it. To Catch a Legend, Hugo, Doomed Customs, Bocat. There's the co-host of Turtles and Tea, Super Turk 5000. Matt Loftus, Baraka the Collector. There you go. Paul Morales. D-Blake Makes, Southtown Paint Apps. There you go. I think that's most people. Some people like to lurk, and that's fine. If you're lurking, that's absolutely allowed. You're allowed to lurk. There you go. Just want to say hello. Codename Chief. He says howdy ho. Howdy ho. Let's go back. Okay, cool. Let's should we talk MCM for a second then, since people are popping in? Let me get my pictures up. So, MCM London was this weekend. So, I'm on the wrong graphic. There you go. One sec. See, I'm all over the place today. What is wrong with me? Sort myself out, Dan. Sort myself out. Honestly, I just keep pressing the wrong buttons. Right, there we go. Okay. There we go. All right, sorted. My bad. Use both on mute.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Just
We've just been quiet out. We've been good couples.
Okay, I appreciate it. Perfect time to be quiet. California
Red Devil donated $4.99. Wonder Man with Dan Who Beast will make a great buddy display. P.S. How did 3 Chelsea players score goals but lose 4-1?
Okay, I deserve that. Fair enough. Thank you very much, California Red Devil. Wonder Man with Dan Who Beast will make a great buddy display. Absolutely. How did 3 Chelsea players score goals but lose 4-1? Yeah. I'll blame Graham Potter. He was obviously stressed going back to his home turf, and he obviously felt like he had it. Maybe that was his plan all along, was to become Chelsea manager. So when he went back to his original team, he would sabotage the game, and now he's going to leave Chelsea. Maybe that's what's happening, and it was part of his plan all along. We'll have to find out. But yeah, it wasn't an enjoyable weekend for Chelsea football anyway, that's for sure. But thank you very much, California Red Devil. I appreciate that. Back to MCM Comic Con. So I said it before, I'd never been to any Comic Con in London. I'd been to an equivalent of this in Birmingham, but after seeing the one in Birmingham isn't any equivalent. It's like a quarter of the size. Literally, it's ridiculous. Like, the one in London is massive. 2 big halls, with very sectioned off, which loads of places to eat. There's got some stages. There's like different places to shop. It was actually absolutely heaving. Like, I expected it to be busy, but wow, it was busy. Like, you couldn't even look at the stalls. Like, at one point during the day, we went, let's just have a quick look. just browse the shops and have a look. You can't even do it because people are, like, just standing in front of all the stores. You got to, like, look over their shoulders. You can't just have a casual look at stores. Like, it's an absolute nightmare. Full of people. So crowded, absolutely crowded. But the convention itself, for me, I went there with 2 intentions: to go and buy some toys and to talk about and look at some new toys. And I managed to do both and meet some fun people on the way. So I have no regrets going at all. I had a nightmare travel though. Like, I nearly didn't get home. Tanner nearly had to pick me up and give me a lift home, or I was going to go and stay at Brandon's house. Nearly missed my last train home. So that stressed me out. But other than that, it was all good. I never got lost on the tube. Everything was fine. It was all good. So overall, I had a good time. Brandon, what about you? This isn't your first time, but you enjoy MCM, right? You went every day, right?
Yeah. I went Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday I was only there for the last couple of hours, which was good, just to get a lay of the land and everything. And then Saturday was very busy, very, very busy with everything that we were doing. Still fun though. Great to meet lots of people. And great to see the panels, see the reveals that we'll go through, and all of that. And then Sunday was really nice because I went on my own, and I just had like a really nice, peaceful, quiet day, just sort of like strolling.
Is it much quieter on the Sunday? Like,
yeah,
noticeably quieter. Yeah.
Generally, Sunday is my favorite day because you can just enjoy it at a much more leisurely pace. Yeah. The only good thing about Saturdays is that it's the panels and stuff like that because it's the busiest day. But yeah, highly recommend the Sundays for sure.
Have you been to an MCM, Rich?
Yeah, I've been to 2 in London.
Oh, so you've been to the London ones, okay?
Yeah.
So you and Brandon might have been at the same one at the same time and the same day.
Yeah, because we like throwing stuff for him.
You
and
may-
he would never
you
have
might have
known. It was
walked-
me. It was me all
You
along.
may have walked past each other. You'll
Get
never
your
know.
head down, you bastard, sitting in the front.
To be fair to Brandon told me to do 2 days, and I probably could have and should have, and I'll explain why in a second. But Bring Toys to Work
donated $5.
Thank you very much, Michael.
Dan, both of your interviews with Dan and Emily were just fantastic. I still think, hands down, you are the best interviewer in our collecting community. There's never awkward silence and the conversation flows perfectly.
I appreciate that, Michael. Thank you so much. He says, both your interviews with Dan and Emily were fantastic. I think you are the best interviewer in our collecting community. Never awkward silence and the conversation flows. I appreciate that. And again, this guy, I met Ryan.
Ultimate Carnage donated £8.99.
Thank you, Ultimate
Sup,
Carnage.
guys, hope you're all well. It was a pleasure to meet everyone at MCM. It was a big highlight of my weekend. Hopefully we will get to do it again in the future.
Absolutely. Shout out Ryan, aka Ultimate Carnage. When I've seen everyone, I was like, right, we've got to track down a PS4 Spider-Man because it's Ultimate Carnage, and I think the lads found him just before I started doing the interviews, and I got to thank him in person for his support to the channel. So he knows I appreciate him, and it was great seeing him. But back to my point with Brandon. Brandon was obviously saying do 2 days, 2 days, and I think in hindsight, Brandon's completely right, because on the Saturday, there's just so much to do, because being the person doing the interviews, you're sort of bound to their time restrictions, if you know what I mean. So you do the reviews, you go and watch the panel, you go back, and I found it really difficult to be a fan, because this was my first time going, so just to be a fan and enjoy it and ingest it as a fan, versus being like someone who's gonna tweet about it and post about it. I didn't find myself being very good at that. I never found a good work balance. Like, I'd either want to go and enjoy it or go with a work purpose. So that Saturday was very much a purpose of getting some interviews, getting some footage. So I completely understand Brandon's point, and he was spot on. I never doubted him, to be fair, but it was the travel that put me off. That's all it was. It's all it was. Maybe next time I do 2 days, so I can do 1 day all business, the next day pleasure. It was good. Let me show some pictures. Actually, let's just get into it real quick. And I do appreciate the kind words, Michael, as well. Like my interviews, in hindsight, I probably should have got a microphone because it's very loud. So I did buy a fancy new mic, but it was directional. I should have got like a handheld microphone. I try and have a conversation. I really do. I know they're called an interview, but I try and have a conversation. Just think these guys. You want these guys to have a little bit of fun doing it as well, rather than it just be a boring question answer sort of thing. So for me, I just prefer a conversation format. That's just me personally. Again, you just know what you're getting when you come to my channel anyway. There's plenty of other people that do the other style. Hey, look, there's me and Brandon in person again. Brandon is still really tall, by the way, much taller than me. But you know what, Brandon? I've had a few people message me and say that I was taller than they thought. They thought I'd be short. Where I'm not short, it's just that you're actually really tall.
Yeah, that's true. I would say that you're like.
I'm 6 foot. I'm literally a 6 foot.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I'm 6 foot.
Yeah.
But you're just 6'3", 6'4".
No, 6'2", 6'3".
Oh, okay, obviously, my inches are bigger in my head. That's what I tell Amanda anyway. Anyway, I'm not short. It's just Brandon's really tall. Let me go through some pictures and do some shout-outs. So there's Super Turk 5000, a.k.a. Tanner. He was the first person I seen at the event, so I had some trouble getting in, and Tanner came to sort me out. So shout-out Tanner. It was great to meet him, finally. It's so weird, because you talk to these people online all the time, but then when you meet up, there's no awkwardness. It just feels like... I don't know, it's so hard to explain. That's why I can't wait to meet you, Rich, because technically we've not met each other, but I feel like I know you. Do you know what I mean? It's weird. It's very weird.
I think we should do is go to Cardiff Comic Con.
Is there one?
Usually they have. Is it Cardiff Comic Con?
Yeah, you won't need 2 days for that one. Let me tell you that.
Remember the one that usually has really? There's one that has really good guests.
That's Wales Comic Con, but it's not even in Wales anymore. It's in like Newcastle or something. It's just
Wales
like bizarre. Yeah, don't even. It's
that's the one I meant. But usually they have like better guests than London.
It used to always be like in Wrexham kind of way, but it's like I don't know what happened, but I think it was in Newcastle or somewhere last year. Not in Wales anyway.
Yeah, like they usually get like good TV guests and good film guests.
Yeah.
I'm just reading the chat. They're getting confused of our metric systems again. Yes, we use meters and inches and miles per hour. That is true. It's what we do around here. But anyway, shout out Tanner. Look at his repping the t-shirt as well, by the way. Repping the logos on the t-shirt. That's branding for you. If you're not willing to promote yourself, you can't expect anyone else to promote you. That's like a golden rule, I think. So, yeah, beautiful. There's Dan Yoon. It was great to meet him in person as well. Again, because that Saturday was so busy for him as well, I never really got to have that chat that like Brandon got to go and see him on the Sunday and just have a more regular chat, where when I seen Dan, it was a quick hello, quick interview, and then I never really got an opportunity to chat to him otherwise. So it would have been fun to have more of a conversation with Dan, but shout out Dan Yoon all the same. Great to see him in person. Shout out Dan Hayden, who literally came on the last episode of the Legends of Liquor. That's how I recognised him when he walked over. So shout out Dan Hayden. And then Craig as well. And what's funny, shout out Craig Smith. So me and Brandon went to Inderman Toys, right? And I seen on the table the two Crimson Twins, the G.I. Joe Crimson Twins, right? But then me and Brandon walked away just to look at the Star Wars stuff. And I said to Brandon, I feel like I need to buy the Crimson Twins because they're on the table. Like, I just need to get them. So we went back to the table, and I didn't know it was Craig at the time, but there was a guy in front of me and Brandon, and I was sort of nudging Brandon going, if this guy takes these, because he was looking at the Crimson Twins, taking pictures, and I was nudging Brandon going, if this guy takes the Crimson Twins after I just walked away from him, I'm going to be pissed. So, like, as soon as he, like, moved in a different direction, I, like, just sort of dived in and grabbed the two figures. And then Craig was like, I was just sending you a picture, Dan. And I was like, oh, fuck's sake. I was like, thank God for that. Do you know, like, so Craig was actually taking a picture to send it me, but we were standing behind him, so we didn't see. But shout out Craig. Craig ended up staying with us for most of the day as well, so he's a good lad. But thank you very much for that, Craig. I did confirm I brought the Crimson Twins and just give up on my pre-order, so there you go, they're in my hands. But shout out Craig and shout out Dan. They spent most of the day with us just at the panel and at the booth. There's Ultimate Carnage.
Just quickly on that as well, a big shout out to Dan Hayden, because I've talked to him for a while on Facebook. We'll catch up every now and then. And so it was really cool to just, like you said, just to see that person come to life.
Yeah, 100%. You're putting faces.
It's like it's not just a name on a screen that, you know, like you get the person that you talk to actually exists. So it was really cool to see him in the flesh.
Yeah, and I say same for Craig. Like, I knew the name Craig Smith, but I didn't know what Craig looked like. So obviously, once you get past that awkwardness, then it's just free flowing and really fun. But yeah, it is great to, again, there is no awkwardness here. It's like you're just meeting up and chatting toys just like you would on Instagram. It is a pretty good vibe because most of us sort of went on our own. Just think I didn't bring anyone with me. I came on my own and met up with Brandon and then met up with these guys. So it was pretty fun. And then there's Ultimate Carnage. There's the man himself in his PS4 Spider-Man cosplay. I told you, we were tracking down every PS4 Spider-Man going, is that him? Is that him? Is that him? But there he is. He was at the Hasbro booth around about the time I did the interviews. Shout out Dune Customs with a super chat. Thank you very much for that.
Dune Customs donated $10. As the press and our representative to talk to these folks, do you feel you are pushing them hard enough by not listening to us, the customers?
As the press and our rep to talk to these folks, do you feel you are pushing them hard enough by not listening to us customers? I think that's a bit layered because I think they are listening to us. I think the fact that they even give us a platform to talk to them directly is proof enough that they're listening to us. But remember, the people that we're talking to are the marketers. They focus on the product. And like that's what I like to focus on as well, the product. Like Dan Yoon cannot control what happens in a boardroom, unfortunately, but I'm sure he can relay a message down the line. But these guys are listening to us. Like I just try and keep my interviews fun. Like I'm not a journalist. No one pays me to do this. If the community want to rally, if all this culture community want to rally together and pay me to speak to these people, I probably still wouldn't anyway. To be fair, I'm talking, and I'm going to get myself in trouble. But no, I feel that I have some fun with these interviews and make sure that we're both enjoying ourselves. But I felt like I asked some fair questions to both Emily and Dan. What's Tom saying? Glad you got the Crimson Twins in the end. Do you really shouldn't pace combined orders like you always tell me? Yeah, no, that is my own fault. Literally never again, Tom. Never again. That's the only combined order I've ever done and it cursed me. It's my own fault. Okay, go across. Who else we got? Okay, so there was an awkward moment where me and David Display's model behavior locked eyes. We locked eyes, and then the fist came up, and then we were about to go. Like a circle surrounded us. Like the light, look, that's the lights are on us. We're not in a good mood. We were literally about to fight, but we got torn away from each other. We got torn away. We thought it would be unprofessional of us to start a fight in the middle of the Hasbro booth. So we thought we'd be the bigger men in this situation and step away for another day. Maybe we'll rally together to do one of those YouTube boxing matches one day. Who knows? But I don't think the Hasbro booth was the right moment to start a fight. But it nearly happened. Me mugging. To be fair, we made friends by the end of it, and we took a picture. There we go. But shout out David Displays. He was there at the booth as well. There's Tariq. He was great as well. He followed us around. Not followed us around. He basically gave us a tour around because he'd done Comic-Con a few times before. I think he went back the next day as well, if I believe. But he was a good lad. Really good lad. And really good music as well. I told him to give me a 16 on something, but I don't think he thinks I've got the skills. I need to prove my worth to him. Seriously, I need to prove to the youth I've still got it. But shout outs all the same. What else we got? Z-Man 00Z on a secret mission. You should recognise the face from Legends and Liquor. He was there with his brother. Got to say hello to both of them, and then Z-Man lingered with us for a little bit towards the end as well. We basically stayed until security kicked us out. Like that's literally what happened. Security came and was like, "When we said go, you need to go." We're like, "All right, mate. We calm down." Put high-vis vez on, they get hard. It's ridiculous. And then there's a picture of a few of us together at the end. Brandon took that picture, and to prove that Brandon took that picture, he took a selfie version of that picture as well. So there's Brandon taking the picture for us. There he is. So there's a few of the crew. And as I said, it was fun to all go together and talk some toys for sure. So there you go. Shout out everyone that we've seen at the convention. But yeah, Brandon, any highlights for you? Interesting. Yes. Yes.
Highlights for me, definitely the panel. I always love those panels. The Hasbro panels, simply because like it. Don't get me wrong. I love the online format. I think it's been a game changer in terms of how we get those reveals. But when you're in that stage, in that hall, as I'm sure a lot of our US friends will know from SDCC and so on, like when you're in that kind of environment and you feel that community spirit, that community excitement all together, it's a lot of fun, I think, especially with those reveals that we got from Legends, and some of the reveals we got from Black Series as well, to be fair.
Yeah, overall, a lot of more reveals than I expected to get for that convention. Like I expected one or two. I was sort of told one or two, but at least 5 reveals from both Legends and Star Wars. So that's like 10 reveals overall from everyone. So it was fun. For me, it's the closest thing I'm probably going to get to a proper San Diego, because it's that same type of vibe. You go front row to a panel, then you go back, you see the pictures, see the figures through a glass case. Like, this is what I've been watching my American friends do online for years, literally years, decade plus. Do you know what I mean? So it's mad to experience that in our own little UK way. So it was fun. And again, like you said, meeting everyone was fun as well. Greg in the chat. Oh, hang on. Tac. Thank you very much, Mark.
TAK Toys with film donated £4.49. Dan, you look like UFC fighter material versus David Display's model behavior.
Yeah, Dan, you look like UFC fighter material with David Display's model behavior. I told you, if we're gonna do like a charity boxing fight or something, let's do it. Let's game on. There's a few Americans I'd like to punch in the face as well. Not the people in the chat. Some idiots on YouTube. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, let's do it. Let's game on. What else? Greg in the chat is saying, I was really excited for that Build-A-Figure 2-pack. Yeah, Brandon, by the way, was trying to correct me. So obviously in the flow of the conversation, I looked down at my sheet and seen Build-A-Figure and just kept saying, hang on, MCU Collector.
MCU Collector 24 donated $4.99. Man, if you guys come to SDCC, imagine everyone in the same room for the Marvel Legends panel.
Yeah, crazy times. I'd love to do it, but the problem is I'd have to stop buying Marvel Legends for a year to make it happen. It's an expensive trip. No, I'd absolutely love to go to San Diego and experience that in our little way. But thank you very much, Brian. I appreciate that. Would be great. Would you be game for going to San Diego, you two, Brandon?
Absolutely.
Yeah, when you, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So should we rally together? Start a GoFundMe. Business class, get a boat. Get the canoe. Everyone keeps taking the piss out of me for asking about a canoe. I blame, by the way, I blame Tom for that. Tom ripped me a list of small vehicles and I just read it out blindly. So like now everyone thinks I love canoes. And it's really Tom's fault for writing bloody canoe.
Like Ron Burgundy, we just read whatever's written there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Greg was talking about the two-pack, and as Brandon was saying, Brandon was behind the camera, by the way, going, build a figure.
So I had the camera here, and Dan was on. Well, hold on. Dan was on this side. Dan was on this side, and I was like, Army Builder, and then I come to this side and I say, Army Builder, and Hasbro Dan just looked confused because I don't think he could hear me over.
It was loud. Basically, I was trying to be a professional and looking at Dan.
You were so set.
Yeah, I was being a professional and looking it down while we're having a conversation, and I looked down at my sheet and I just read the word builder figure when I meant Army Builder. But so yeah, that was a little bit awkward, which we laughed about afterwards. But there you go. But the two of those deluxe figures that we thought would get announced haven't been announced at all. So who knows? Maybe there's a deluxe 2-pack coming out. Who knows? Maybe I wasn't too far off. There you go. Big Will the Boat. Binny Past the Boat said, I appreciate you hammering my need for a 1/12 scale canoe home, Dan. Yeah, that's the thing, right? When it's called a callback, isn't it? Where you bring up a stupid comment from the past. So obviously I was doing that about this stupid canoe, but people don't see past that humour and they just genuinely think I'm desperate for a canoe. And I'm like, come on, people. Come on.
Stupid British reviewer wants a canoe.
Yeah, I know. Literally on YouTube channels right now, clickbait. Dan Who wants canoe. Like, come on. I do, but I wasn't like, you're taking everything I said out of context there. Never mind. But yeah, that was my bad. But because when you do these interviews, by the way, it's awkward. First of all, we picked the wrong place to do it because we did it in front of that door, and most of the comments on YouTube are like,
we can all get in there next time they go.
We know the code. We're gonna sneak into this room that doesn't exist anymore and steal the. There was nothing in there. There wasn't even. I asked for a bottle of water. They didn't even have that. So I don't know what was in there in the end. I don't know.
They were spending a long time in there. It was like a bloody TARDIS. I know.
I have no idea what
they locked one guy out at one point. He's like banging the door, like, let me in.
I might just recut that video just to frame that door and just post up Hasbro door. What mystery? And just watch all the weird YouTube channels go off and be like, what was going on in that door? But yeah, okay, so I probably picked the wrong place to do the thing. But I was just like, look, let's go wherever. I didn't want to be an inconvenience to anyone, so I was just happy to do it wherever. But yeah, probably wrong place. And like a crowd forms around you when you're doing an interview as well. So like, I was just trying to focus on the interview aspect. But next time I get a microphone for sure. But Mini Plastic Multiverse does confirm I am desperate for canoe. I think it's a throwback to Fisher Price action people in my subconscious mind. Well, I've made sure the team know now, and if we do get a canoe in Joe's form, then you can buy me one to say thank you. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate that. New show idea: Dan Who in the canoe, live from the canoe. Oh dear, I'm gonna change Joe's. Lads, do you mind doing the next Joe's and Juice in a canoe? Pow, and welcome to the Dan Canoe review. This is going to last a while, isn't it? Okay, cool. I'm just going to lean into it. Yeah, I want a canoe. And what? Okay, Happy needs a canoe, says JC. Everyone needs a canoe. All your 1/12 action figures need a canoe. Okay, let's move away from canoes. Say another vehicle apart from a canoe, Rich.
Kayak?
Yeah, that's a good idea. We can have a kayak. G.I. Joe kayak. Yeah, that works. Anyway,
small water vehicles. That's all we want. A whole line of them, innit?
Yeah. That list that Tom gave me was a list of cheap vehicles. That's all that.
Banana boat.
Yeah. All that it was. It was a list of like vehicles that don't require a big price point. But if people move away all the nonsense from that, Emily did confirm that they're looking at a price point between the HASLAB and the coil. So I think a bigger vehicle is on the cards that isn't a HASLAB, right? If you actually listen to the interview, that's sort of what Emily gives you the impression of. She says she doesn't want to give anything away, but they are looking at a price point between the coil and the HASLAB. So yeah, we shall see. I do think more Joe vehicles are coming. The HASLAB, his tank, being a success is only going to give them confidence to do that. We probably won't ever see a Marvel Legends car by any means, to be honest, now. But yeah, okay, sorry, my bad. Okay, I'll shut up. Too many videos being made about me anyway. Never mind. G.I. Joe Moped, says California Red Devil. Trouble Bubble. Yeah, Trouble Bubble's coming. That's definitely coming, for sure. So let's go through some of these reveals anyway. Let's go through some of these. So, Rich, we haven't heard from you. Ultimate Captain America and the new Extremis Iron Man. What do you think? I reckon they were the two best reveals from the day.
So yeah, so like Extremis was like my era of Iron Man. I loved it. That's a great reveal, a figure people have wanted for a long time. Like, I mean, I think I've got like the 3.75 inch version of it and like other versions of this armor, but like to get it in Legends form, updated, pinless, all new sculpt, like looks great. Ultimate Captain America, yeah, it's nice for people who want that. I mean, like, unless you're gonna give us the rest of the Ultimates, it's like, meh. He's got a bigger shield. I don't know.
Can you use that as a 616 cap? You can answer that question in a second. Mark Tap first, but I am very curious if there's anything different.
TAK Toys with film donated £4.49.
Thank you, Mark.
If I'd have known you'd read out anything, Dan, I'd have asked you to ask Emily when we are getting a unicycle as a vehicle in the classified line Tears of Joy.
Yeah, next time I'll ask her for a unicycle, and people can make YouTube videos about it. It's absolutely fine. Unicycle in the G.I. Joe line. I appreciate Tom and Mark. They did help me out with some questions. Blame them. I'm going to blame them from now on. Back to Cap. So is there anything on this design of Captain America that's different to sort of distinguish it to be Ultimate? Or can you
kind of like... You've got like the shoulder logos of new, and I suppose the shield's a bit bigger. But I mean, it's a good looking Cap figure. It's just for the Ultimates, it's like give them us all in a box set or something. It's like we've got this one, we've got that like weird Ultimate Spider-Man in that 5-pack, but it's the like the Venomized version of Spider-Man with like a shinier version. But it's like if you want to do the Ultimates, do a full line of Ultimates. Like the Ultimate comic books, Ultimates by Mark Millar, really good run. And like Ultimate Spider-Man by Brian Bendis, probably one of the better Spider-Man stories, like for the first 100 issues. What's that? Sorry,
Sam Jackson Fury.
Yeah, there's just a lot of the MCU comes from like the Ultimates run, and again a lot of characters like you get Miles Morales first appears in the Ultimate Universe. Again, Ultimate X-Men by Mark Millar, really good run. Ultimate Fantastic Four. There's lots of good comic books there, but it's like it's not being published at the moment, apart from like Miles moved into the 616 after Secret War. But if you're gonna do it, give us more, because it's just one character. Like on my shelves, like I haven't got an Ultimate space, I haven't got any other Ultimate characters. So it's like, where are you gonna put this? I'm gonna have to start a new cube. We just Cap standing there.
Yes,
it's like
put him on the layer shelf for the time being.
The Marvel Now Cap, how different are the two suits between Ultimate Cap and Marvel Now Cap?
So with this one, it's got like, it's kind of like, like the top, it's kind of like got the chainmail like effect type of thing. It's more like an armor, whereas like Marvel Now is like more flat, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think without doing a side by side, I could be speaking out my ass right now. Hang on, let me have a look.
The thing is, if you showed this,
Marvel Now is like my favorite modern look for Cap.
I'm sure a lot of people are going to be getting this.
He's usually better than me.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be buying this like as a Captain America. Simple as that. Like whether it's Ultimate or not, it's Captain America in a display. So I think, the Ultimates, like you said, would be much better in some sort of box set, so you can get a team complete. Because he's going to look a little bit out of place on his own. So until then, I think he's just a darker blue toned, angrier Captain America. And as I said, we've not got an angry Cap yet, so you could just have an angry Cap. That shield as well has got no holes in. It's a little bit bigger. Probably going to be the best 616 shield, like alternative we're going to have. I know a lot of people have said that already, just going to steal its shield for a regular Cap. But again, I do think you could sort of fudge this in as just a 616 Cap if you wanted to. No one's really going to be mad at you for it. As I said, the costume designs are very, very similar.
So with like Marvel Now Cap, looking at a picture now, it's like the helmet is more like you've got the chin strap. It's more like armored version, and then the top is more like kind of like American footballer, kind of like. Yeah, you get what I mean. And the gloves are different as well. So it's they could make it into it, but I don't think you could fudge it in that well into that look. This is definitely like if I see this, I would just think Ultimate Cap. That's what I would think.
Yeah.
Extremis is one. Again, Iron Man. I say this all the time. Like Iron Man and Spider-Man are two characters in the Marvel world where you can release multiple versions and it's sort of justified because you've got the Spider-Verse and you've got Hall of Armor. And this is a desired update as well because, like you said, this is a lot of people's mind's eye of the comic Iron Man armor. Because a lot of people were reading heavily at the time of the Extremis. Was this Civil War as well? Was this Civil War era? Was he wearing this or was it different?
I think this is Civil War, yeah.
Yeah, so Extremis was like 2005 and it's like Warren Ellis and like E.D. Granov. So E.D. Granov did the art for this. He's gone on to loads of covers. It's like a lot of the Kotobukiya statues are based on like E.D. Granov's art. He's got a very kind of like not photorealistic, but like it doesn't look cartoony. It's very much like 3D kind of stylized, which works very well with Iron Man. Like his armors and his tech are well designed, very sleek looking. And yeah, Extremis was a great run, and this is just a cracking looking figure. I think like this is one a lot of people have wanted for a long time because a lot of people like 2005 it was when like the Iron Man movie was like just getting like announced in projection, so like Iron Man was starting to get pushed out there more, and it's just like a really really good comic book run, and it's like I think Iron Man 3 kind of adapts it loosely parts of it as well, so it's like it got like pushed out there when that film came out as like collected editions, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree. These two are very nice figures, and again, it's a justified release because it's an ultimate version of Cap. So there it is a different, and I assume it's pinless and stuff like that as well, which is an upgrade. And yeah, it's again not bad. It's not bad to have options. So they're the two.
It's good, but I just hope that then that means like Ultimate Thor, Ultimate Iron Man, like Nick Fury, Ultimate like Scarlet Witch. Like hope those characters are going to come. Hawkeye as well, like just with like Fury, different looks. Yeah. Furies all, yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. It would make a lot more sense to complete a team, and it gives people more confidence as well when buying something like this, knowing, okay, if I'm a little bit patient, I can get a team. But we have had no confirmation at all that we're going to get more characters from the Ultimates line in this updated format. But
also Miles on the amazing fantasy body.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, Comic Miles definitely deserves an upgrade. That new team book. I was trying to get out of Dan during my interview about a new sort of book, new younger books, and I ended up getting him to confirm that we'd get a shorter book next year, but that doesn't actually mean anything. But I was trying to get him to confirm like a new kid body, but he wouldn't give me anything. But we're getting a new shorter Marvel Legend next year, world exclusive. I got. We shall see. But yeah, I agree. Miles would be great. Ultimates would be great. Now, a few other reveals. This one's now up for pre-order. It is the What If Killmonger. So if you are trying to complete your Guardians of the Multiverse, you're going to need Killmonger. Even though I think in that last scene he's actually wearing the Black Panther like gear rather than this. But he is wearing this in the episode, of course. So it's still technically a What If version of Eric Killmonger. He comes with 2 interchangeable hands and a spear. Did the original one come with a spear? I don't think it did.
No,
I don't think it did either.
I think the spear is specific to his episode with Tony. No,
Tony Stark.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just don't think we've seen that before. Other than that, though, it's just like a repaint of the previous one, and I did like the previous Killmonger body. So there you go. There it is. So Brandon, are you going to be getting this?
Yep, absolutely. Pre-ordered it already. The only other thing I would have loved if I was being really, really picky is Fists. Yeah, I agree. Amazon exclusive as well, by the way, people. It's up on Amazon UK and US right now. You skipping this one, Rich, or you buying all the What If figures?
No, yeah, I'm getting all the What If more or less things fit in. I'm not skipping the Red Skull. Don't really need that one, but like get the main characters in there.
You're not building Khonshu then?
I haven't decided yet. I think
Khonshu's like the thing I'm looking forward to the most out of that whole wave, to be fair. That and Scott Lang's head, obviously.
I don't want to buy all these figures.
Someone will buy that Red Skull off you for sure, I think. But there you go. Killmonger's up for pre-order right now. Single pack exclusive. He's not part of a wave. I did get Dan to confirm that Gamora is also not an exclusive. She's going to be part of Mainline, which we are assuming some sort of Disney Plus wave, maybe the first one of the year. But again, no clarification. Maybe Rectangular's List gave us an idea of that. I don't know. I can't remember everything, but maybe. But Gamora's definitely coming.
Bingo.
Yeah, bingo. A lot of bingos. A lot of people playing bingo in the community at the minute. But yeah, we're definitely getting Gamora. This Black Panther's already went up for pre-order again. It's on sale right now. We've already got it in our hands. You can pre-order it, but it's in sale. And then let's get to these. Who took this grainy bloody picture? What a terrible, unprofessional bastard. It was me. Now I know how it feels to take a grainy picture. I was too busy filming, and these were pictures from my camera.
My pictures weren't grainy.
No, your pictures are good. Your pictures were good. Mine were grainy and crap. Amanda even said that to me, by the way. Amanda was like just watching what I was doing, and she was like, "Why are your pictures grainy and crap, and Brandon's are really good, and you were sat next to each other?" And I said, "Wow, Brandon's a professional, and I'm an amateur. That's why." But here we get a look at Zodiac, right? Not
Vertigo.
Vertigo.
The power of Vertigo.
Why did I say Zodiac? I don't know.
You think of Virgo?
No, I was just listening to the Major Wrestling Figure podcast, and they've just done. They were talking about Zodiac. Never mind. Carry on.
So yeah, this is Vertigo from the Marauders. Part of Mr. Sinister's crew. She was one of the Savage Land mutates as well. She was in X-Men, the animated show. She was in the Deadpool game, making people sick everywhere. Yeah, much needed character. Like, the character's never had a figure before, let alone a legend. But shame, it is just all reuse. Everything is reuse.
Yeah.
Sue Storm, but in green.
Yeah, and again, that's shit. But sometimes for these lesser known characters, because to the general public she's going to be lesser known, I think it's fair game to release. I don't know if fair game is the right term, but it's not like it's Black Widow re-released again on the same old body. Like, next time they give us Black Widow, they've got to update it in some way. This is a way to get out a new character for the collection, and I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. I like adding those new characters to the shelf. Home Dude jumps in and says, "There's hope Michael B. Jordan takes the mantle as the Black Panther in Wakanda Forever. He's in the cast." Interesting. We shall see. The film's next week, right? I think I've got my tickets booked for next Friday.
Friday, yeah.
Yeah, my tickets are booked. I think I've told Amanda. Amanda, we're going Black Panther next Friday. If not, I'm going on my own. But still, the tickets are booked all the same. Brandon, what do you think of this reveal? Are you interested in this?
I don't really know the character, I'll be honest. So this is in my cost-cutting column next year.
Look, everyone's going to have one next year for sure, 100%. Let's keep going through. All right, that's another grainy picture I took. Oh, okay, he's Random. So Random, a lot of people got excited because he's had a figure before in the Toy Biz line. So a lot of people started collecting toys because of that sort of 4-inch Toy Biz line back in the day. And Random was on one of the purple cards. I don't think I ever had him, but he was always a character design that was familiar to me. And now for the very first time in the 6-inch Legend line. So again, some clever bits of reuse here. He has got pins, but first time in the 6-inch line. Random. Happy about this, Rich?
Yeah, like a really good looking figure. Again, could have been pinless, could have been bigger, but to get Random in the line is great. Like, he was mostly with the Peter David X Factor run. He was kind of like he was like the Deadpool to the kind of like the anti-hero. He kind of joined them on missions sometimes, but he fits in with like your Wolvesbane, your Polaris, and your Havoc and your Strong Guy, that kind of team. And then he'd go on to be a villain. He was part of like the Brotherhood with Havoc. And then he would join the Marauders in when Hope Summers turned up. He was part of the Marauders in that. Yeah, and I think and the Acolytes at one point with Exodus maybe, but he's been around. He's like he hasn't done much in the last couple of years, but just a really good badass character. He was kind of like Marvel's version of Lobo for a bit, like a bounty hunter.
Okay.
I think when he first came into it, he was like hired to track down Polaris. I think that's how he came into contact with X Factor, and then he just like kind of stuck around there for a bit.
He looked great on display. But to be fair, all of these figures did. Even, as I said, even the reuses and stuff like that, they still look. I always enjoy seeing new characters on a shelf, and that's what is really interesting about these figures. If I find the last one, there he is. So 0. Now, yes, this is basically the plainest Marvel Legend ever, but to be fair, that is his character design, all right? So you can't be too mad. 0, if you look at him in the comics, looks like this. He's all white with the ring on him, and he opens portals. Who's he open portals for?
The Strife.
That's
and the
it.
MLF.
Yeah, there you go. So is this a figure you didn't expect to see?
Didn't expect to see. Loving this one. I love Zero. I love like the little like the obscure characters, like part of the MLF. And I remember him from when Doug Ramsey came back to Excalibur as Doug Glock, and like he's in those issues, and then like he dies in the end. Spoiler alert. But like Zero is just like a weird, like obscure X character. Like, and he's simple enough to do, but it's a new character to add to the line. It gives Strife like a little minion to go with him. Just and reusing that Doctor Strange effect as well. Like really nice use of that effect. So I'm happy with this one.
Yeah, in a place that makes sense. He doesn't change his costume design much either, does he? Like he's basically always like this, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Zero, that is Zero's costume. He's like a kind of like an android type of thing. So that's just how he looks forever. I think he did come back in not the House of X-Force, the one before that. Like he came back in that with Strife, because obviously like from the future and stuff like that. So another version of Zero came back, I think.
Again, 3 new characters. So these were revealed, and then Captain America, and then Iron Man. So they were the 5 Marvel Legends revealed on the panel. Wow. Yeah, and Killmonger. So that's technically 6. Yeah. So 6 reveals. Fair play. So we went back to the booth and actually seen these on display. I think Marvelous Reviews might have some of our pictures up. I did take some, but I haven't got them loaded in.
Excuse me.
Richard's just got a sore throat. That's all it is, people. There we are. They're on display. So he's talking about the potential 5-pack, and again, this is all rumor and innuendo. Dan Yoon did not confirm this, but here we have some pictures of a potential 5-pack. Now, Rich, we've spoke about this already as a potential 5-pack, but now we've seen the figures. Would you be mad at it as a 5-pack?
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it. It doesn't make any sense. It's kind of like that Spider-Man villain set. It's just like 5 X-villains from various different teams.
But are
like,
they 5 figures you want, though? If they are...
They are 5 figures I want, but it's like, I need a theme. I need a theme to like unite
X-theme.
this. That's
60th anniversary X-Men theme.
It's like, you can kind of fudge it in that Vertigo and Random were in like the Hope Summers when they were looking at the crossover with that. So like if you put a Hope Summers in instead, like you can kind of fudge Pretty Boy in it, because the Reavers were in it, even though Pretty Boy wasn't. It was like Lady Deathstrike and these like the Purifier. The Purifiers were like, she was like supplying them, the Reavers were supplying them with technology and that kind of thing. But I don't know. I need something. It's like, what is this set supposed to be? It's like, what is it? That's what I need to know.
I told you, it's an X-Men 60th anniversary set. That's what it could be.
I want a good 2-sentence explanation on the back of the pack, what this means, what it is.
Look, you don't even get bios anymore. Look at the back of the box. Nothing.
What about the big ones? Didn't you get it on like that?
I don't know.
Spider-Man
They've give up. They've give up. I don't know. They're probably ringing you to ask you, Rich. They'll ask you to write 2 sentences. How would you sum up this POC set in 2 sentences?
90 smorgasbord of X-villains for your shelves.
Oh, there you go. That was 1 sentence. There you go. Hasbro paying by the sentence. They're hire Rich straight away. There you go. Easy done.
I'm not being called a shill. Don't send me no money, Hasbro. Rich... I don't want your money.
Yeah, Hasbro, just cut my check with Rich, please. Let's get him involved in this, all right? Fuck you now. Brandon's gone to collect his check. He's gone. You've realised, we mentioned it, it's like, shit, it's in the post, man, must have delivered it. People believe this nonsense as well. People believe this ridiculous. So Haley on display. Pretty Boy looked really good. I wasn't expecting to see him on display. He wasn't revealed here, but it's the first time him being on display to add to our Reavers. I am looking forward to adding him to the Reavers crew.
I think he, like, to me, my Reavers crew is kind of like done then with him. I think it's kind of like you've got a good representation on the shelf then.
I'd like Donald Pierce, like, not in his Hellfire gear. Do you know, like, with his cape and just like leader of the Reavers, Donald Pierce, I'd like. And then I think I'll be good. But as the team just on a mission without Donald Pierce, then yeah, fair, I think I like what we've got so far too. I think I still need to get something for my Reese head, for my Reese piece, but there you go, Reese's Pieces. That's a thing, right? There's a better picture at random. There's the, as I said, better at the pins. I'm trying to. There's some reuse there, but obviously new parts because his arm has never been used before. So bit of old, bit of new to make a new character.
Is he like much big? Because the thing was, they weren't close to each other, so I couldn't gather from the pictures. Is he much bigger than the others? Is he like Sabretooth body, or is he not that big?
I'd say like Luke Cage type of height. I only say that because I'm looking down at Luke Cage now. Would you disagree, Brandon? At random, we seen him on the display.
I would say he's Cable height.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Yeah, I'm trying to maybe crossbones sort of scale.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, he's bigger. He's broader, definitely.
Yeah.
And he's got a little bit of height. But they did spread him out. He was the only one on a different shelf compared to the other figures potentially in that pack. There's Strife. Look nice in person as well, by the way. That new head is much nicer than the previous one. I don't have the previous one, to be fair. But from the pictures I've seen online, I do think this is a better head.
Daniel said it was all pinless as well, didn't he? This one.
Yeah.
So they have updated it because that was one of the questions I think a lot of people had, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were trying to figure that out when it was first shown, but yeah, after seeing it, it's definitely an upgrade. And again, it's a warranted upgrade because it's a desirable figure that needs to be released. People need the opportunity to get it for sure. So there's Strife, Vertigo, and the greens and the whites. She looked nice on display, to be fair. She did. I know it is just a female body repainted, but I'm a sucker for adding these new characters to the shelf, and especially when it looks like what it looks like on the comic page, you can't be mad at it. So she looked good, and there you go. There's Zero. So again, what more can we say about Zero? He's all white. I think he's on Bucky cap as well, to be fair. It's not even the Sunfire body. I think so, yeah. So this is like as basic as you can get. He's a white Bucky cap body with 2 black circles on it, but he does have fisted hands and he does have flat palm hands as well. So does have interchangeable hands. And
a giant ring.
And a giant, yeah, the accessory piece is the big deal there. And it's reuse that makes sense. I was curious where I thought we would see that portal in like, I don't know, Endgame sets or something like that. I thought they could release like portals from Infinity War or Endgame, like a portal and a figure or something like that. But no, clever reuse here. Not mad about it. So there's that. And then recapping 1027 just real quick because this is old news now. Wonder Man in his smoker jacket. He looked really good. Yana Velova and Baron von Strucker, who again, all 3 of these were on display, which I wasn't expecting to see on display at MCM Comic Con, but they were all there. Looks good. I called out Dan. I said that Yana should have been on the Shriek body, and he doesn't disagree. They don't disagree, but for some reasons behind the scenes, those decisions are made, and she's not. But she should have had the double jointed elbows. This figure would have been much more desirable if it was on the better body, because she comes with that big gun as well. For God's sake, look at. No one holds that gun like that. Do you know what I mean? So she should have had the double jointed elbows. Baron von Strucker looked really good in person as well. He's got his gauntlet, he's got his monocle, he's got the scars on his face. He's on the same sort of Hydra green as the Hydra Troopers as well, so it sort of will fit in play. And then Wonder Man's in his West Coast Avengers smoker jacket, Buddy a Beast, and again, fair game because it's an alternative outfit for Wonder Man compared to like the only other one we've got is Wonder Man there. So it's a completely different outfit for him. So Rich, what do you think of these 3 reveals?
Yeah, 3 cracking figures. This version of Wonder Man is one I love. Like, I love that West Coast Avengers team. So to get Wonder Man in this costume there, it's like we just kind of need that classic Bobby Morse Mockingbird, and then that team is kind of done as well. So that like a great one to get. Like Yelena Belova is like one we've needed for a long time in a comic look. I'm not gonna lie, I would have preferred like a mid-drift Baron Black Widow costume with like a curly hair, but I think come on, Brandon, shut up. I like that comic book, Pale Little Spider by Greg Rucka, really good Black Widow story. But this version is also good. Again, like she's got that mask on. It looks different to Natasha. It looks different to any other Black Widow figure. really cool. And again, Baron von Strucker, much needed update. Looks nice, going to fit in with that Hydra army. Just really cool.
Yeah, so here's what we think the potential wave is. It's pretty much confirmed at this point. Extremist Iron Man, Ultimate Captain America, Molecule Man, Orb, Yelena Belova, Wonder Man, Baron von Strucker, 7-figure Build-A-Figure wave, all comic figures.
Yes.
We need a Build-A-Figure. So question to the chat, all right? Over 150 people here. Let's get involved here. Give me some suggestions. What is going to be the Build-A-Figure for this wave? I'm pretty confident it's not going to be Hippo. But Dan Yoon did confirm if a Hippo ever gets released, they're going to be ringing me, all right? So I'll let you know when that's happening. Not anytime soon, unfortunately. But they're aware. The team know. That's what's important. That's the type of thing I'll use my reach for, just to make sure they're aware of Hippo. Put it to good use. There you go, Hippo emoji. So do you have any suggestions?
Well, I was just thinking, we haven't done a theme week in a long time. What about next week? We do Most Wanted Avengers buffs.
There you go. Done.
Don't announce it next Tuesday, Hasbro. Cheers.
Done. To be fair, Dan said it wouldn't be announced for a while yet, so I don't expect it. I don't expect it to be announced until they go up for pre-order, maybe. Maybe because they could do like a little live stream, put up the pre-order, reveal the Build-A-Figure, maybe. So I'm assuming, like, this could be the first Build-A-Figure wave of the new year. Now, usually we get a Spider-Man wave to start after New Year, but it doesn't seem like that way.
Is that X-Men wave not the first wave of next year?
No, that's this year. That's a full release.
Year,
yeah, that's okay. Full. Because Dan kept saying we've had 2 retro waves this year. So yeah, that retro X-Men wave is a 2022 wave.
Yeah.
Where this wave here is a 2023 wave, and it's the only one we know about so far. So it's got to be the first wave of the year.
It must be the first wave because in the like the toy list that came out at the start of the year, usually next year's list is on that. And obviously next year's list, the first listing was for the Marvels line, but obviously that movie's got pushed back, so I don't think that is going to be the first one. So it makes sense to push up a comic wave because like Ant-Man is going to be the first movie
February,
next year, right?
Yeah, February.
But that wave wasn't probably planned till the summer. So will they have that? Like, will that be produced in time? Is the thing with that one?
Yeah, interesting because that's for the first time in a while a movie's been pushed forward, rather than pushed back. So will they be ready? We don't know. But like you said, it makes sense to bring forward a comic wave as there's no movie ties to it. So yeah, I think for the first time in a while, we're not going to get a Spider-Man wave to start off the year. I would like to say for maybe the last 4 years, we've had a Spider-Man wave, whether it be retro or a Build-A-Figure, kick off the year. Brandon, you're pretty good at stuff like that. Would you agree with that statement? Last couple of years, Spider-Man's kicked off the year.
Yeah, they always trickle in the States like. Well, I say always. They didn't with the retro wave, did they? But typically, yeah, you're right. They trickle in at the end of the year and then into the start of the year in the States. Yeah.
Okay, let's read some of the chat.
I do think the first wave will end up being the Quantum Mania wave, and then this probably not too long afterwards.
Well, we've seen
it in January for Quantum Mania, February-ish for this.
Well, we've seen the trailer for Quantum Mania now, so usually that's fair game to start seeing figures and stuff.
I was half expecting that they would show them in like one of the trade magazines or something like that, like they've done before for movie figures, and then put them on the shelf at MCM.
There's a quick conversation we can have. Let me read through some of these Build-A-Figures, and then we'll come back to Ant-Man because that's a real quick. Because again, that's coming around quick, so. Figures can't be too far away for that. Greg says Ultimate Hulk. Mike also says a new Hulk. Fortress Maximus said it's hard to guess. These characters are from all over the place in the comics. VLR says either Ronan, Super Adaptoid, or the Executioner. Paul says the Beyond That Build-A-Figure. JC says it has to be the Adaptoid. Disavowed Action Figures says Mephisto, LOL. Yeah, we're not seeing Mephisto for a while, unfortunately. They're going to make a point of that for us. Sean says Orca. JC says Executioner could be a deluxe. Ruler of Randomness says Arsenal. Logan Dan's Toys says Annihilus. Fortress Maximus says I'm going to guess Scourge. Greg Finstad says with the complaint of no other Ultimates from Cap, to be with an Ultimates Hulk would be fitting.
Oh, that would be good. Yeah.
Owen says, how we doing, guys? Tuning in from my late class today. Owen, how you doing? We're good, my friend. Welcome to the stream. Tariq says, when does the Spider-Man VHS packs drop? These could be early year drop, but not full wave. I think the first Spider-Man VHS set is due like April, technically on the Hasbro website, but we know we're going to see that sooner rather than... We may end up seeing that Spider-Man Venom set before the end of the year. Yeah. Is probably my guess. But...
The War Machine set just moved up today, and that was like previous as April, and now it's gone to like December the 18th or something.
Yeah, so again, these figures are made, they're on display, and the boxes and artwork is all done. Like, so X-Men's not too far away. That VHS set's not too far away, and I think we'll see. I reckon someone will have these in their hand before the end of the year. Maybe even these. Classic comic Giant Man says Big Will. Jay says Titanium Man. Please build a figure wife. Yeah, that'd be great. I think out of all those suggestions, maybe an Ultimate Hulk makes sense to go with the Ultimate Iron Man, Captain America, sorry, but I'm game for any of those suggestions, to be fair. A lot of those characters I don't have in figure form. Any of those that people were saying stick out to you, Rich?
A lot of them sound good. Like Annihilus would be amazing. Super Adaptoid as well. That would be a great figure to get. Like more like modern characters, like Hulkling or something like that. Like big characters. Like we haven't had any of the Young Avengers. That would be a good character to get. But this wave seems to be a lot of like most wanted like kind of characters. Like you've got the Extremist Iron Man, you've got like Wonder Man, you've got Baron von Strucker, you've got a version of Cap that we haven't had for a long time in figure form as well. So and then like weird characters as well. So it could be like the Builder figures we had this year, comic book wise, but Bone Breaker and the Controller. So it could be like they weren't like A-list like villains, I would say, but they were like kooky villains, and they both had like unique looks. So I mean, I think like a Bone Breaker type of thing, we could get something unique again. That would be great.
Yeah, happy. I'd be happy with that. Do you have any anything that comes to mind, Brandon, for a Builder figure for this wave?
I mean, just looking at the wave, my main takeaway from it is that these are basically 7 brand new figures. Right, in terms of like we've not had a Yelena from Hasbro ever. I don't think we've never had this version of Wonder Man, Molecule Man, or Strucker. They're all brand new for Hasbro. I'm pretty sure.
I think we had Strucker at some point before someone in the comment jumps out. We've had Strucker in a 2-pack back in the day, but
the face-off,
yeah. An updated version is needed for sure.
Yeah, and then for the 2, A-listers in as Rich said, very like extreme. I mean, me personally, how many times have I been on here talking about Extremists and Bleeding Edge? So I think in terms of a Builder figure though, honestly, not a lot comes to mind other than what we've said.
Craig Smith says the hint was another green colour scheme. Who said that hint, Craig? Interesting. Another green colour scheme. Your mind straight away goes to Hulk, but I know a lot of people want the Adaptoid. He's green, isn't he? Interesting. Classic Watcher says disavowed. We haven't had a comic Watcher from Hasbro. Everyone thinks... Well, we've got a select one, so your mind may think that one. Yeah. Again, wide open here, people. Wide open. Who knows?
No, what they should do with this bath, thinking about it, right? If I was a marketer now working for Hasbro, like Christmas, you have like your advent calendars. Yeah. Like every day they open a part and like they reveal a hand one day, then they reveal the arm the other day, and then like slowly like reveal what this figure's
People would get it on the first one though. That's what the community are like. So it'd be irrelevant. Like you'd get it. You'd be like, right, I know that hand, that's so and so. And then we've got a month of boring reveals because we already know what it is. So I know what you're going for, but the community would get it straight away. J Toys Collections UK says Dan said there was a green, the same shade as Baron Strucker. Oh, okay. So a Builder figure with the green, the same shade as Baron Strucker. Maybe it's like a Hydra robot or something like that. I don't know.
Baron Strucker's got 2 shades of green though. Which shade of green we're going with? Lime green or dark green?
Lime green or dark green? Interesting. On the stream they were talking about Von Strucker. Okay, maybe I need to go back and watch the stream. Interesting. yeah, we shall see. But it's coming very soon, I assume. Figures, we've seen all the figures. They didn't have Orb or Molecule Man on display. I don't know if there's any particular reason for that, because we've seen those figures exist because they showed them off at PulseCon. Maybe Dan couldn't fit them into his bag. But like Brandon says, you've got to remember that every wave has to have a couple of A-listers in it, because these things have got to go on brick and mortar. You've got to sell them at retail. So giving us a wave full of obscure characters is a harder sell to the general public. So you throw in an Iron Man and a Captain America, and then they can go a little bit crazy. But at least for the hardcore collectors like us, they're giving us versions of the two characters that we wanted. So that for me proves that Hasbro are paying attention and are listening. But there's only so many things they can do, and this is something they can do. They're listening. They're giving us versions we want, because people have been asking for Extremists for a while, for sure. Home Dude says Titanium Man. Yeah, I think Titanium Man's a good guess. Didn't we have the Marvel Select Titanium Man not too long ago? And it was had the Dan Larson, angry Dan Larson from Toy Galaxy head sculpt on it. Yeah. So yeah, I think Titanium Man's a good guess. I wouldn't be mad at that. Would you be mad at that, Titanium Man? Did you get the Select one?
No,
I'd
like
one. I don't think.
Yeah, or did I? So I wouldn't be mad at that for Legends Form either. I wanted the Select one, but
I got the Select Destroyer though. I was thinking I would like a Destroyer Bath, but I don't think it would suit this wave.
To be fair, this wave's so random it could. Destroyer's not a bad shout. Everyone else's guesses are pretty random. So yeah, that was what I was hoping. Titanium Man in the darker green shade, says Jay. Yeah, that could be it. That could be it for sure. Deep Dream Collect says, I think it's definitely Super Adaptoid with the hint and the leaks. It makes most sense. Yeah, could be. So I reckon those are the two top contenders. I think from our conversation here, we have concluded that the two top contenders are Super Adaptoid or Titanium Man. Bring Toys to Work, though, is going to throw in a curveball here. He says Anaconda from the Serpent Society is also the same colour scheme as Baron Strucker. We normally get one member of the Serpent Society per year. That's my new favourite suggestion. I want more Serpent Society members. Who have I got on my shelf? I've got King Cobra, Eel, Madam Viper, Cottonmouth, Constrictor, and there's one more. Who's the other one? Rock Python. There you go. So I'll take Anaconda. Give us more Serpent Society. Not mad about that. Okay, cool. Let me jump away from this wave then. So what I was suggesting we have a little discussion about is Ant-Man. Do we reckon Ant-Man is going to be a full movie wave? Because recently they've got into the habit of giving us full movie waves, like with Black Panther, Strange, and I think Thor was a full movie wave as well, right? And then Doctor Strange had 2 comic figures, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Ant-Man's a full Build-A-Figure wave. Let's say 6 figures in a wave. Let's quickly piece together what we think that's going to be.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
I would want Michelle Pfeiffer, yeah.
If it was all movie, I would hope it would go Ant-Man, Wasp, Catherine Newton,
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Catherine Newton, Michelle Pfeiffer.
That's Cassie, right?
Yeah, Cassie. That's it, yeah. Cassie. Hank Pym.
I want a Hank Pym for sure, yeah.
Did we say Kang yet?
No.
I was about to say Kang.
There you go. There's 6. Okay, so they're the 6.
And then I would take an army builder of some kind.
There's the 6 main ones, right? But just think the Build-A-Figure for Doctor Strange was what's his name? Exactly. So popular. Rintrah. There you go. And if you've seen the movie, then you know he didn't really have much of a big role.
A lot of it got cut.
Yeah, exactly. So my point is,
star of the movie.
My point is, Hasbro could have been given sort of material for Ant-Man with all these wacky characters from the quantum realm, and they could go, oh, here'll be a great Build-A-Figure, and then he may just be a background character. So the Build-A-Figure could be wide open here. It could be that guy in the trailer who's just like that big light face guy. That's his official name, by the way, light face guy. Could be Bill Murray.
It'd be nice though to get a full wave, because the Ant-Man and Ant-Man 2, they didn't do a full wave of Ant-Man figures. It was just a couple of figures we got with other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, it was. Yeah, you're right. The Ant-Man and the Wasp was like a mixed in with another wave.
I gotta be honest though, I don't think, and I mean they'll probably change my mind like they do, but I don't think I'll be getting Ant-Man or Wasp.
Not women's hair. We can't do the women's hair conversation again. I can't take it. I can't take it.
I can't do that short haircut.
It's her hair from the comics, though. I see. They did the same to Carol.
There is not a place on this shelf for that kind of haircut. Sorry.
They're doing it, the comics. Blame the comics for that, because they're taking her hair from the comics for the last film in the trilogy. They're giving her comic accurate hair. That's all that is. MCU Collector says Ant-Man, Wasp, Stinger, Kang, and then 2 or 3 comic figures. I think that's a fair suggestion as well. I would like, though, Hank and Janet
as a 2-pack.
A 2-pack would be great. Like, anyway, I'd put them in a single wave or a 2-pack. I don't care. Like, I feel like Hank Pym now has been in the whole trilogy. I feel like Hank Pym, like, he deserves a place on the shelf. Like, so
you know, I'd love like an old man's like 2 or 3-pack. Hank Pym.
Old man 2-pack.
Yeah, Hank Pym, or maybe more. To be fair, I was gonna say Hank, older. What's Tony's dad's name?
Howard.
Isaiah, old man Steve,
old man 4-pack.
Ross, Agent Ross. Whether it's Harrison.
Old man 5-pack. Amazon exclusive.
I think it'd be great.
I joke, but I would buy it because I'm an idiot. If these are all new characters to the shelf, even if they're all on the shitty suited bodies, I'm a sucker. What can I say? New characters to the shelf. Yeah, I'm with MCU Collector. I think it will be a few comic characters, mixed in with movie rather than it being all movie, like similar to Doctor Strange, where the Build-A-Figure may be a movie figure as well. But like Shang-Chi had a comic Build-A-Figure, didn't he, with Mr. Hyde? So there's no guessing here. It could be any amalgamation or any mix of any of it. But you're completely right. Ant-Man can't be too far away.
Goliath would be cool.
Yeah.
Stature,
yeah. Bring Toys to Work, thank you very much.
Bring Toys to Work donated $5. Here's my prediction. Marvel wants the focus on Black Panther right now. I'm betting after Black Panther is released, sometime later in November, early December, we'll have another Marvel Legends live stream with the Ant-Man wave revealed.
Sounds about right to me. Thank you very much, Michael. He says, here's my prediction. Marvel wants to focus on Black Panther right now. I'm betting after Black Panther is released, sometime later in November, early December, we'll have another Marvel Legends live stream with the Ant-Man wave revealed. Again, with the film being out in February, usually we get the figures a few months before, right? If we just copy it 2 months, 2-3 months before. If we just copying trends from this year, for example, we've had the Black Panther wave for a little bit. We had Thor for a little bit, and we had Doctor Strange for a little bit. Fair enough, Doctor Strange and Thor got moved around, but yeah, let's hope, like Rich said, they have to move up the Ant-Man figures to get them out on a timely release. So maybe it'll be a shorter schedule this time. Maybe we will get them closer to the movie. Who knows? But that is definitely the next MCU focused wave, and it does seem like Build-A-Figures are more MCU focused at the minute. That was something I tried to speak to Dan about, but he says that's just coincidence, I guess. That's not an intentional thing. It's just the way it's happening at the minute. Craig Smith said, in your old man 5-pack, are walking sticks included?
No, they're superheroes.
No walking sticks, Craig. He's out then. Craig don't want it anymore. Capliv says that old man pack would be nice on a super deep discount. 5 suited bodies for like £100 and something. Yeah, Amazon. Yeah, that'd be dangerous. I can't believe we don't have a good comic Ant-Man or Wasp yet, says Retro Vintage. Yeah, I think the last good Ant-Man, Wasp, and that were in the vintage line, retro vintage wave 2. I think we got a decent one, and I like that we got a mini Ant-Man and a mini Wasp with them as well. But I have got them on card. I've not opened them, so I currently right now on my comic shelf don't have a comic Ant-Man or Wasp. So I am hoping we do get new ones in line with this movie, or next year is the 60th anniversary of the Avengers. And Dan Yoon confirmed that the X-Men 60th anniversary theme is a spring release, not the summer release, which makes me think that the summer release is going to be Avengers style. And who were in the original Avengers, Rich? Ant-Man, Wasp.
And Wasp.
Exactly. And
Hulk,
Hulk, Thor,
Iron Man,
Thor,
Thor, yeah.
Captain America didn't join it
Captain
until
later,
like series 4, episode 4, issue 4 maybe of Avengers.
Yeah.
And that's was Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver that same issue.
You had the Cookie Quartet then joined.
Yeah.
So you had Hawkeye, Scarlet Witch, and Quicksilver.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, that's why I'm thinking. I reckon we're going to get a decent comic Ant-Man and Wasp this year with the anniversary of the Avengers, because it's the anniversary of the comic Avengers, 60th anniversary, not MCU Avengers. So I do think new comic Wasp and Ant-Man are coming. I'd love
They'd be a good
scales.
2-pack as well, wouldn't they? I'm doing it the wrong way. 2-pack, I'm like, Daniel, no. There's the 2-pack with classic Ant-Man and Wasp would be like a good 2 to put together.
Yeah, I still want a Hank Pym. Like there was a 3 3/4 inch pack not too long ago with like a Hank Pym in a lab coat, and then there was a Giant Man, but it was all over the place. Like I would like an Ant-Man set with all different scales of Ant-Man, so you can spread them around.
You could do a Wasp set as well, because she's had like the most David Evan Smith. Shout out
Yeah.
David Evan Smith. Go and look at his wall.
Yeah.
He's got like about 50 different Wasps.
Yeah, David's like got that variant cover like in figure
you need
form.
to spray.
Yeah, too many. What he's got call it
Infestation.
Yeah, infestation. Need to call the exterminator. So many wasps in his room. Imagine calling an exterminator saying, "Oh, I've got an infestation of wasps." They come round and it's just David laughing, going, "Gotcha!" Then he gets punched in the face by an exterminator. Cap's Quickie Quartet 4-pack would sour really fast as Cap lives. Yeah, I do think we're going to see stuff like that. With the anniversary of the Avengers, that's the type of stuff we're going to see. Do you reckon, Rich, they could do it? Because the summer releases are usually 10 sets, like 10 sets of figures. Can they do an Avengers-themed one?
Oh, 100%. There's so many like eras of Avengers, so like different properties. You could do like MCU, animated. There's like so many different things of Avengers. You could do like another Ultimates 2-pack. You could do 90s, give us a Cersei at last. You could do like Uncanny Avenger. And I think everyone at this point has been an Avenger or related to Avengers at some point. So you can get like characters like Wolverine's been there, Rogue, so X-Men fans will be happy. Spider-Man's been an Avenger. Like, there's so many people you can now put into it. Like most of the big league of the Marvel universe could probably get a figure there.
If they're willing to jump around the timeline in regards to Avengers, then that'll be more fun.
I hope they do though. I hope it's not just like classic Avengers. I hope it is from all eras.
Yeah, I think that's why I asked the question. I was thinking, can you really do 10 full sets on the classic Avengers? I don't think 10 full sets is necessary. I'd like them to sprinkle in a few other versions or a few other characters in there too, and villains as well. Like any villains we don't have yet would be cool too. Doc Avenger says no Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver and Hawkeye came in the 6th issue. Oh, okay. I said Thor. I was wrong. I was 2 issues off.
No, 16. Issue 16.
Oh, issue 16. I'm way off then. I said issue 4. So did Cap came in the same issue as them then?
No, Cap was earlier.
I swear Cap's issue 4. I don't know why my brain says that, but it's I don't know. Could be wrong. Chat, someone Google it for me. Cat Liv says, I'd like an Ultimate Wasp. I kind of like her more than her 616 counterpart. He also says, please do something from Avengers No Survivor. No Surrender. No Surrender, sorry. No Surrender.
Yeah, Cap is issue 4.
It's all... Finally, I have a piece of comic knowledge that is correct. Cheers, Rick. Thank you very much for writing that down on my notes. I appreciate that. No, that was what I knew that one myself. Thank you very much, everybody. I can't wait till we get the Legends figure of the Albany Plaza now that she's in Agatha Harkness.
Aubrey Plaza.
Oh, I thought that was a place. It sounds like a place. Sounds like a place with a great food court, to be fair. I didn't know that was a person. What's she in? What's she been in?
Parks and Recreation.
Not seen it.
She's like the sarcastic girl with black hair. She's been in loads of things.
You definitely know.
This is what I'm saying. I recognise her, but I can't think where she's from.
Oh, did you see? Dirty Grandpa with Zac Efron and Robert De Niro?
No.
Is it Dirty Grandpa or Bad Grandpa?
Dirty. It is dirty.
Bad Grandpa's the one with Johnny Knoxville.
Oh, so it's the other one. I didn't find that one funny. But the one with Zac Efron and Robert De Niro is really funny. I'm pretty sure she's in that.
Weren't there like a phase of films where like just Morgan Freeman and Robert De Niro and like all these older gentlemen in Hollywood just made like loads of films together? Like they're all in retirement homes, but they're gonna go and rob a bank or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've seen 1 or 2 of them.
Have you seen Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
I've not seen that.
She's Julie in that. She's in Legion. Someone said in the chat, MCU Collector. She's in Legion as well. No, the Marvel one.
I watched 2 episodes of that and then got very confused.
Oh, she's the girl with black hair who's like in the same thing.
That show was very confusing. Like I feel like I'm an X-Men fan, but that show confused the fuck out of me.
It was good though. It played with the narrative structure and time and everything. It was a really good show. If you watched it all, it makes it. No, do you know what? It doesn't make sense, but it's a
told you.
It
makes no fucking sense. I need things like Amanda won't watch things with me. Like I started watching this show on Netflix called Unsolved Mysteries, and Amanda doesn't like it because it never got solved. She's like, "What's the fucking point?" And I'm like, "Well, because they're telling the story."
You know the one I was telling you to watch yesterday, the White Lotus.
Yeah.
She's in season 2 of that, and she's really good.
Oh,
you should watch White Lotus. Watch White Lotus.
I asked Amanda about that. She said she hasn't seen it. Who is Reese Witherspoon in that?
No, it's Jennifer Coolidge, Paulette from Legally Blonde, the old Ben and Snap.
Okay.
Connie Nielsen.
It sounds like the type of thing Amanda would watch, and I'd like walk past her as she's watching it.
It's good. It's got a mystery, but it's like funny. There's funny bits as well. There's like someone dies right at the beginning, and then it flashes back to all these people arriving at the hotel. It's Mike White. I think it's very, very like dry humor, very like British humor, very sarcastic, but it's really good, really funny.
Doom Custom
it's
says
like 6 episodes as well. So
he says Sky High.
Sky High, the
superhero
TV show.
Yeah, it's where the kids all in superhero school or something, right? I think I've seen that.
I've seen that movie. I didn't remember.
I didn't know she was in that.
She'd be really young though if she was in that, right? Because that's years old.
Fun fact: she's from Delaware.
And that's where your girlfriend's from.
Well done, Brandon.
And I was trying to think, why is that relevant to us? And I was like, because Brandon's girlfriend, and also Dante as well. I grew up on the OG 90s Unsolved Mysteries hosted by Robert Stack. Yeah, I like the Unsolved Mysteries. Amanda doesn't though. Okay, we just watched The Watcher, and she got annoyed that we never found out who the Watcher was, or do we? Who knows? Mystery. But she got annoyed about the ending. Is all I'm saying. Have you watched that?
No,
not yet.
Okay. And I don't plan to now.
Okay. Amanda's taste is different to my taste. Don't worry. We've just started the new American Horror Story, and she was doing that just exactly what we've just done. By the way, she was doing that for the first 10 minutes. She was like, "How do I know that guy? Who's that guy? What's he in?" And she just sits there, rather than watching the show, she's just there googling the actors in the show. Like, I'm like, just watch the freaking show. The great large state of Delaware, says MCU Collector. Is it a big state?
No, it's tiny.
Is Delaware a state?
Yeah.
I didn't realise that was a state. I thought that was a city in a state.
It was the first state to ratify the Constitution.
Now we know.
Take that, SoCal.
I just don't know what any of this means.
SoCal is Southern California.
No, I know that. I know what that means, but I have no idea. That's the one part I understood. I mean, I don't get the reference to the politics. Never mind. Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates is another one she's in.
Oh, I love that movie.
Okay, I've not seen that. But so I've come to after all of this, right? I've just come to the conclusion that a lot of the stuff this girl is in, I've never seen. That's why I have no attachment to her, because I've never seen her in anything. Sometimes you just
seen Parks and Recreation.
No. Sometimes in life you just miss things, don't there? Certain people you just never happen to see, and she's one of them, I guess. I've never seen her in anything, but I'll watch her in Agatha Harkness show whenever that happens, if that happens. Okay, cool.
They've cast Wiccan for it as well, I think, or that's the rumor at least.
Well, technically, we've already got cast for Speed
Bob,
and Wiccan.
Bob, how do you pronounce his surname? Odenkirk?
The guy who plays
Better
Call Saul, yeah.
Better Call Saul, yeah. He's going to be in Wonder Man.
Oh, okay. I watched a film with him in it not long ago called Nobody, where it's basically like him as John Wick. Watch it if you haven't seen it. Yes, Parks and Rec is so funny. Okay, maybe I need to see that. Okay. Okay, people, we've got 10 minutes left of the show here, and we've already started falling down to a hole of absolute nonsenseness. So let's just continue the nonsenseness, and we can just talk about whatever we want, and we'll get out of here at 10 o'clock. So throw some questions in the chat, and let's get this going. Let's talk some absolute nonsense stuff. Rich is back. Anyone got any questions for Rich? Like, what costume was he wearing? Did he go as Catwoman?
I've done enough explanation. I wasn't Catwoman. I've said it.
Okay. If you just tell us what you were, Rich, then we won't need to ask anymore.
I was Michelle Pfeiffer. There we go.
Can we see some pictures?
No.
Did you see Yaya Dormatine as well? That was
cast as Wonder Man. Yeah. I like him. He was Candyman in the last Candyman scene. Yeah. So I like him. Yeah, I liked him. I like all the Disney Plus shows.
I was just looking it up again. Apparently, Bob Odenkirk will play Simon Williams' manager if he signs on.
Okay. Yeah, because he's an actor, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't they want Nathan Fillion to be him, or was that just James Gunn gunning for that?
There was rumours he was like going to be like on a poster, wasn't it?
It was James Gunn, because James Gunn's his mate. They're like Dungeons and Dragons mate, and he thought he'd be great because he was in Firefly, weren't he? And he thought he'd be great as Wonder Man. But...
They did Slither together as well. Nathan Fillion and James Gunn directed it. So
yeah, they're popped up in a few places, I'm sure. The next MCU content we're going to see actually is going to be the Christmas special. How long do we reckon it's going to be? Is that going to be like half an hour, under an hour?
I don't know, but it looks quite good though.
Yeah, it looks
bacon in there. It's like what?
Yeah, it's stupid. But you've got to just take it for what it is, isn't it? It's meant to just be a.
Oh, Greg asked Brandon, what's your favorite Black Series Clone Wars reveal from 10/27 and MCM? My favorite Black Series reveal from those few days was they did a pipeline reveal of the Clone Wars 20th, Clone Wars era 20th line that they're doing next year, and it had Padawan, Ahsoka, it had the Magna Guard, Phase 2 clones, and there was one other one. What was the other one?
Leia?
No. Sod Leia. Too much Leia.
There's Monet, no Leia. Oh my god. I'm not coming back next week, that's it.
These are all the publishing ones.
Mara Jade.
Oh, and it was a new Bad Batch Omega. But those three, the Magna Guard, Padawan, Ahsoka, and the Phase 2 Clone Trooper for sure. Those gingerbread clones went up on Hasbro Pulse today in the UK, but they're stupid money.
Gingerbread clones. I think that whole like I can appreciate a stupid gimmick, but I do think that whole Christmas Star Wars line is just absolute nonsense.
Well, I like it, but like I was gonna get a couple, but they're like £33 a pop.
I'm trying to find that pipeline reveals, but there's no picture for it. Sorry about that. To be fair, if I was a Star Wars fan at the minute, the vintage collection looks really fun to collect in regards to like world building, accessories, vehicles, and stuff like that. But sort of, if I'd got that Razor Crest, I think I might have fell down a little rabbit hole of doing like Mandalorian 1/3 scale figures, but I wouldn't have had anywhere to put it anyway, so it probably was decision not getting it. But I do appreciate stuff like that from a distance for sure.
In contrast, the same Clone Trooper is $28 in it's $28 in what's that place called?
America?
Delaware.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dollar to the pound conversion rate doesn't really make much sense at the minute. The question, some questions were asked at MCM regarding that, and Hasbro Pulse UK, the person who's in charge of that, did acknowledge it, that it's an issue that they're aware of and they're looking into. So that's fair to say, right, Brandon? Because there was a question like that asked, and he didn't.
And that's exactly what they said.
Yeah, they didn't shy from it. They just sort of said, they said that they're aware that there's some issues that don't make sense, because there 100% is. Like as I said, I brought the vintage vintage Iron Man with the proton cannon, and the price compared to UK to US doesn't convert correctly. It's like the UK are paying more for that set if you convert it. So
I might get these gingerbread clones on Hasbro on Pulse US.
Dune Custom says, Rich is my favourite on this chat. What will you be at the next con?
I don't usually do cosplay. It was just that Halloween thing. Maybe I'll go as Frogman, not tell him I'm coming, and then be like, surprise,
That'd be
it's
good,
me
wouldn't it?
all along.
I'll go as Hellfire Hank as well. That's an easy cosplay. I'd do that.
Brandon goes White Rabbit.
Yeah. Get some bunny ears.
I saw what was that I saw? Did you see the fan casting of Kiki Palmer either as Rogue or as Tigra?
Yeah, did you see she did that little trailer as Rogue, didn't she? Where it was like,
that was
oh,
so
okay,
good.
no, okay, fair enough. I have seen that.
She would make an amazing Rogue.
No, okay, yeah, no, I have seen that. I know what you're on about now. I didn't know the woman's name, but saying that, I've seen that trailer somewhere. What's she from?
Kitty Pryde is the best X-Men says my bookshelf is giving anxiety. Looks like it's gonna die. It's just the angle, right? It's not falling over, right? It is straight. It's just I'm wonky sitting there. That's what it is. Right?
They think you're watching your
it's not gonna collapse.
Tip.
It hasn't got that many books on it. Honest to God, right? It's fine.
Okay. Let's. I'm just having a quick scroll. Doom Custom says yes, Frogman. And by the way, Doom Customs, I appreciate your super chat from earlier, and I do apologise if I answered in an awkward way. Just those interviews are a lot harder than people give you credit for, because people give anyone credit for, because they can only answer certain questions. So when you're given a section of time, an allocated time to talk to these people, I feel like it's a waste of everyone's time to ask.
What happens with pricing?
Yeah.
Oh, you ship this? When did you ship that? Why can't you get this?
I just think it's a waste of time to ask questions that you're not going to get an answer from.
That was my impression of unimpressive people that ask.
It's like, to be fair, when you tried with Emily to get an answer about Pulse UK taking over G.I. Joe, and she just went straight to her phone and read out the pre-prepared statement, obviously, that Hasbro had told her, if anyone asks this question, you say this and nothing else.
In that interview, there's a minute or so cut out where Brandon literally zooms in on the mini Emily figure, because we had to wait for her to go to her phone to get the statement. So I cut that out in the interview. But yeah, again, and that proves my point exactly. Like, these guys aren't allowed to be upfront and honest about the way the company does business. They're there to sell you the product and talk about the product. So when you start asking questions about pricing and shipping and business structure, they're not allowed to answer it. It's their job to not answer it. So I just feel like I know how to play this game. I know they're not going to answer it. So why waste my time and theirs by asking a question they're not going to answer, just so I look like I'm part of this club online where I'm like sticking it to the man, where look, I just want to enjoy my action figures. I'm like, the price is getting higher as shit. Do I want cheaper figures? Yes, of course I do. But I also want cheaper bread and cheaper toilet roll. But it's not the way it is. Do you know what I mean? Everything's getting pricey, and like, it's just everyone has to make that personal decision.
Every time I put petrol in my car, I'm like, why do I leave the house?
Yeah, it's horrible. Like you said yourself earlier, you said you're gonna have to make a cut list for next year, and I'm exactly the same. Like, don't believe the rumors online, people. All right, like, I may like the product, but Hasbro do not pay me. They do not send me anything for free.
Lying to the people.
Okay, fair enough. I get everything for free. This is sponsored by Hasbro. The point is, I'm going to have to make cuts next year as well, which is fine. Like, I'm not here bitching and moaning about it online, thinking, the boardroom at Hasbro are going to watch our videos and go, do you know what? The old grumpy people on YouTube are moaning about it. Let's make them price it. It's not going. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately. So when you are in a position lucky enough to have access to speak to these people, you want to. I think the real way to incite change is by building relationships where there's respect on both sides. I think that's how you can really get heard. If you're just sat there, an old man screaming at a cloud. Not Cloud Foxwell, obviously. Don't scream at her. But like, if you are an old man just screaming at a cloud, you're not making anything happen, unfortunately. But I'm not calling anyone an old man or anything like that. Everyone start getting defensive and people start thinking I'm talking about them. I'm just speaking in generic terms here. Come on, everybody. It's so sad that we have to like tiptoe around on YouTube now. Well, I do, but other people out there can just plaster my face around. It's just very frustrating. I just try and be the bigger man and just stick to what I like and talking toys with you guys. So
Well, with the figures that we have left to come still this year, which ones are you guys hoping we definitely get first? Because let's face it, it's likely we'll get something first.
Those X-Men.
X-Men,
those
yeah.
X-Men
That's the ones I hope.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Brandon. I see what you did there. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I get myself in trouble.
The other thing is I think the Amazing Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends 3-pack I think is next week. Rich, you said that the Daredevil 3-pack is now and Cyclops is now the.
They got pushed back.
Week. Yeah, they've pushed back to the 21st now, I think, in the UK. But if you have £10 we go and spare, some of the UK retailers like In Demand, they've got import VHS Cyclops in early that is available now if you want it.
Yeah, there you go.
Like £40, I think. So
just to confirm what Rich said, if you're in the UK right now and you want the VHS X-Men Cyclops right now, it's in stock on In Demand Toys. You'll be paying a premium price, but that's your choice if you want to spend that money on it.
Shout out to In Demand Toys because they especially with stuff like that, like they don't have to import that stock in, and they're forced to price it at the price that they put it at because they've imported it themselves. But
yeah,
shout out to them for trying to get those sorts of figures out to more people.
Just to confirm, 21st of November for the Daredevil set, and that's the same.
Does anybody want Elektra and Bullseye that's watching this? Because I'm really on the fence about whether I'm going to go through with getting this 3-pack or not.
I reckon you'll be able to put them on eBay.
Yeah, we always say that though, and then they never do. So.
I think you will, but they have you got a Bullseye? You've got Red Elektra, yeah.
Yeah. Because if this was Red Elektra, then it would be definitive, and I would keep it. But White Elektra is not really.
I reckon you'll get rid of White Elektra. She's quite desirable.
Yeah, I reckon I get stuck with Bullseye.
Yeah, Bullseye's. The thing is, that Bullseye figure is still really good. It's just that people are put off by the modernised blue paint on the chest.
Yeah.
That's all it is. That's the only thing that people, I think, have a nitpick with this pack. Is like it's a modern Bullseye. But Hasbro wanted to add something a little bit different to keep the previous one relevant, I guess. So that's what happened here. So, yeah, I think everyone has the same issue with this box set. I don't know if there's anyone out there that wanted the lighter blue torso on Bullseye. It's the modern run of Bullseye, for sure. But yeah.
I can't stress enough how much I need a new Legends T'Challa, preferably like the Civil War suit.
MCU.
That's like this with the double pinless, the ball joint at the neck. Like it's so much more fun to pose.
Maybe in a legacy line again. During my interview, I did speak to Dan about sort of going backtracking and giving us previous figures, and they seem open. To be fair, everything they've done in the past, whether it be in the Infinity Saga or the Legacy Collection or something like that. The Legacy Collection, to be fair, is a lot of reissues, but during the 10th anniversary line and the Infinity Saga line, they did release new things. So I do think figures like that are always on the side. I think next year we are going to get new Avengers as well, or new versions of the original Avengers in the MCU. We need one of those. We need a classic-looking Cap that's not got the T-jointed legs. Do you know, like we need a solid first Avengers Captain, not first Avengers Cap, but the first Avengers movie Cap without those T-jointed legs, because that outfit's completely different to the rest of them. But the figures we've got are really bad.
That one's like Captain Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
With the flag.
But it's like all the movies before Captain America Civil War, they never had full wave, did they? We've only had bits and pieces everywhere. Yeah. So there's a lot of like different things that they can do, like costumes that you could use reuse and stuff like that.
It wasn't until about 2014 with not Civil War, with the Winter Soldier and
Guardians of the Galaxy, wasn't it? Yeah,
that was the first time we started getting proper movie waves. Before that, they were just random. But Guardians 1 is another team of figures that I'd love reissues with the new digital face printing tech, new technology, better, all of that, to make a Guardians 1 team box set. Like, I know we just had that Disney Store exclusive Guardian box set, but again, that was just reissues. I want newly tooled, accurate looking to Guardians 1. That was like, yeah, that film's so good. That's still up there in my top 5 MCU films, I think. Even with all the great movies we've had, Guardians holds its spot in the top 5. No way they make it hard to get Daredevil, says Arshavin. Well, they did. Maybe they've re-released Daredevil single pack down the line and they've just gave us the 3-pack first. Maybe. Daredevil did have multiple costumes and stuff, so maybe. But I've seen a few pictures online of this. This was one I wanted. I wanted a new Daredevil. Daredevil deserves better than the bookie cap, and he's going to be here shortly.
There's like top 5 potential for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So this year's top 10 list, I'm gonna have to start thinking about it, like, because there's been a lot of good figures. Like, it's been a dodgy year for the community with some pros and cons, and obviously, but in regards to just the figures, there is some solid Marvel Legends, and yeah, interesting. Cloud said, did David's Insta get hacked? Which David? In about David Evan Smith? Hope not. David's a good guy. Guardians is one of the most amazing films in existence, says Lizzie Hartz. I don't disagree, Lizzie. I like that film a lot. Did they say the same thing with Mojo? Rectangular did a hint at a Marvel's Nightwave. Yeah, that Man-Thing Builder... the Man-Thing Builder-Figure wave is like one of the most sought-after waves on the aftermarket. And it wasn't like that when it originally came out.
I remember that when... So I turned 21 that summer when that wave came out. And I was traveling Southeast Asia, and I was in Singapore. And I went to the Toys R Us in Singapore, and it was just like there's a whole wall full of that Man-Thing wave. Like,
so none of you have? Do you have Man-Thing?
I had him and sold him back in the day.
Do you have him, Rich? Do you want Man-Thing,
no,
Rich?
I'd love a Man-Thing, but I've only got bits of him.
Oh, sad times. Yeah. Anyway, sought after wave now. Oh. There is a few builder figures that I've sold as well back in the day, like Space Venom and Ultimate Hobgoblin or something like that. I didn't keep everything. I've got lots of gaps in the collection. I need to start making a list, actually. There's a few figures I want, like Radioactive Man, Grim Reaper, Tiger Shark, May Parker. Like, I've got a list of like random figures that were not desirable at the time of release, but for some reason or another, I definitely.
You haven't got a Spider Girl?
No, in the black outfit. No,
that's Arana. Spider Girl May Parker.
No, I've got none of the Spider Girls. I went through a phase, right, when I was doing my little sort of what am I buying. I wasn't building a Spider-Verse. I was building like a Peter Parker centric sort of world. So I was like, I only need Peter, and then I don't need any of the Spider-Man. But then they kept releasing more and more, and now I've got a whole Spider-Verse shelf. So like shit. Now I've got rid of Spider-Bitch, and I think I've still got Jessica Drew. Yeah, I've got Jessica Drew. I've got a few of the Spider-Girls.
I rescued most of my Spider Girls from Hero Collections Home for Wayward Spider Girls.
Is it Jennifer Carpenter? Is that her name? Am I making that up? It's Jessica Drew and then Jennifer Carpenter, right?
I tell you what, that new Silk is nice.
Julia Carpenter.
Yeah, I was sort of right.
That new Silk has been on my desk for a minute.
Yeah,
I love it.
I think I need to update my Silk. There, I've got the. Oh, that's the original Silk, not even the second one.
I think I'm gonna keep the original Silk body with the new Silk heads, the long hair heads, and then sell the fan vote Silk body, with the white, with the old Silk heads.
Cloud says yes. David Evan Smith. Check the Allen Now chat. I can't right now, Cloud. I'm streaming. But I will after. I'll have a look. Hopefully it's all good. Greg says older relevant builder figures need to look re-releases. And if leaks are to be true, Greg, you may be getting your wish, as there has been a few leaks recently that point in that direction. Kitty Pride
big fat leaks.
Big fat leaks, yeah. I just can't wait for the animated VHS Mary Jane that we get. Yeah, I told Dan I wanted that as well. I said I wanted my yellow jumper version of Mary Jane. Hopefully it's coming. He sort of did confirm that we're going to get civilians. He just came out and said yes, didn't he? If you watch my interview, he just said yes, we will. But then he prefaced everything with like something else. But yeah, we shall see. Not always hero and villain either in those sets. Could be hero, could be villain. But he seems excited about that line anyway, so am I now. We need a new Jessica Drew on a proper articulated body. Yeah, I agree.
They could do the like episode specifics. They could do like the Secret War crossover, and you could get like Captain America and Iron Man on there or something, or Captain America and Storm.
That show had so many crossovers. You could. I like the episode. I don't even know if it's related to the comics, where there's a whole crew of people that have like rings that give them power. They're like from the World War II era. They're like Cap's mates or something. I can't remember any details about it, but they're like...
Yeah, it's like the Golden Age heroes come back, and there's like a Miss America, is it?
I just know they have rings, and Spider-Man has to help them try and get their rings back or something. I can't remember, but... Like, even them, like, just that one little weird mini-story. But even Madam Web, another one I massively want, but... False alarm, David is all good. What was he not writing innuendos? Does that make you concerned, Cloud? Would you like, hang on a minute, this man's too polite. He's not talking about dicks. It's clearly you've been hacked. Maybe he was just behaving. All right, lads, let's get out of here. Thank you for everyone for joining us on this random Thursday afternoon, recapping the week that was. Again, slow to the news, but it's been one of those weeks where we've just been catching up, and it's been good. Been good though. So everything we talked about today is basically Marvel Legends for the new year. Will we get any more reveals before the year is out? I'm pretty confident there'll be a live stream and more reveals for the new year. To be fair, the Legends team are pretty consistent with their sort of reveals. There may be a few weeks a window of being quiet, but then in December we'll definitely get some stuff. Lots of figures due in November still, and I reckon we'll get that X-Men retro carded wave in December for sure. We'll keep an eye on the lists on Hasbro Pulse. I think currently they say next year. X-Men. Let me quickly look at Dark Phoenix just to give that. Dark Phoenix.
So, Kitty Pryde asked about... why have I got to keep saying Kitty Pryde? Get another name. Kitty Pryde asked about my omnibuses. So, good omnibuses. I'd recommend the Peter David X Factor one. That is, my favourite. And the second volume is coming out soon. And New Warriors as well. The second volume of that's coming out. And Cap Lives asked earlier about modern comic books, non-X-Men comic books I'd recommend. So, Young Avengers by Kieran Gillan. Really, really good run. Ultimates by Al Ewing. In fact, anything by Al Ewing. His Defenders run's been really good. Guardians of the Galaxy been really, really good. And the Jason Aaron run on Doctor Strange with Chris Bachelor, and the Jason Aaron run with Russell Dortman on Mighty Thor. All good comic books. I recommend them.
Was Jason Aaron the one who did the recent, well, I say recent, not so recent now, but the Avengers run?
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. Don't buy the Jason Aaron Avengers run, but buy his Doctor Strange and his
That's what I mean.
Thor
I did that in regards to modern comics. That's probably the most modern thing I've read in recent time is that Avengers run. I've got the first 3 paper. I've got the maybe first 4 volumes on paperback.
But it's still going at the minute. It's wrapping up next year, and they've just there's a teaser just come out with their free comic book day special for next year. It's got a group of X-Men and a group of Avengers on the cover. It's got Captain America, Quicksilver, Monet, Deadpool, Rogue, and Psylocke. So I think it's hinting that there's a new Uncanny Avengers team coming, because they said it's something uncanny. So that would be good. Captain America and Monet for next year. Fingers crossed. Then Brandon will have to buy a Monet figure then, won't he?
Time's coming. We got to get a Monet sooner or later. It's got to be happening sooner. The amount of characters they're ticking off.
If I got £1 every time I said Monet, I'd be richer than when I used to say Tiger all the time, wouldn't I? Come on.
Well, we willed it into existence, so we got a Tiger, so she can't be too far away. Let me say thank you to some people in the chat. All right, we're getting out of here, so let me just scroll up and say thank you. Thank you to Craig. Again, great to meet Craig at MCM. He's only in Birmingham. He's not too far away from me at all. So shout out Craig. Kat Liz, Greg Finstad, Jay's Toys Collection UK. It would have been great for Jay to come down, but it was Cheeky Monkey Kiara's birthday. So I think he had a pretty good excuse, to be fair. That's fair. We'll let him off on this occasion. And by the way, just to squash all rumours, Tanner's not as short as people make out to be, all right? He's at least an inch taller than everyone else thinks, okay? So yeah, just squashing those rumours. I told him I'd make it public. He's not as short as everyone says. Antonio, Jamie, Prophet, Rush, Kitty Pryde is the best X-Men. Who are you? What is your actual name? Me and Rich need to know, because you're tricking us to saying this out loud.
Is she really the best X-Men? Is she?
We need to know who that person is, because we appreciate your contributions and your engagement, but what's your real name? It's a long name to read out all the time, you see. But upsets Rich. We need to know your real name. Greg Finstad says the Secret Six, maybe. Yeah, it could have been the Secret Six. That's from the Spider-Man series. Shout out Cloud. Shout out Iron Manuel. Mini Plastic Multiverse. Rush as well. Rush was helping me out get a CM Punk earlier. I think he got one for me. Thank you very much, Rush. Paul McCartney. No, it's Paul McCarthy, not Paul McCartney. Maybe it is Paul McCartney. No, Paul McCartney's not an action figure collector. That UFC fighter is, though. What was it? That silver guy. There's some video going around of some UFC fighter collecting action figures. So now a UFC fighter collects action figures. It's cool for everyone, I think. Odin, hero of collectors. Shout out Austin. So last plug before I go. Oh, thank you very much, Dune Customs, showing some love. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Ending the show, joining the members club. We appreciate that. Thank you so much. Much appreciated, my friend. I have got a button that I press. Oh, there you go. I haven't done this in a while. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to all the super chats: California Red Devil, Ultimate Carnage, Doom Customs, Tac Customs, and MCU Collector 24. And then thank you very much to all the channel members contributing as well: Dark Phoenix, Mini Plastic Multiverse, Big Will, and then they disappeared on the screen. One more time for luck. Thank you very much. See, it's the end of a proper show. We've got credits and everything. I forget to use these sometimes. Mini Plastic Multiverse, Big Will, Home Dude, Hugo, and Dune Customs. Thank you very much for all contributing. And thank you very much to Michael as well for his donations via the Streamlabs. I see that. I appreciate that. He knows I do. And yeah, that's about it, everybody. One last plug. One more. I've got one more for you. Legends and Liquor this Sunday. If you want to be on the stream this Sunday, community-driven show, coming on, talking toys, get your opinions heard, show us not what new toys you're buying, get involved in the community. 6th of November, let me know. Hit me up with a fresh DM on the Instagrams, and we'll get you on there.
Is Abnagla Kitty Pride? Look, he's just appeared. I'm suspicious now.
Oh, okay, maybe it is. Could be. He knows. Yeah, sounds like an Abnugler move.
He tricked me again.
Maybe. So yeah, if you want to be on Legend Liquor, hit me up after the stream tomorrow. Please let me know quicker than people. Like, I love everybody, but the people that let me know like 10 minutes before I'm about to stream on a Sunday is a bit of a stress. Not gonna lie. Please let me know ASAP. And please be confident.
Brandon, we told you to stop it, man. Come on.
And please let me know you want to be on, like, and you're confident you're going to be on as well. Like, I have no problems penciling people in, but people are like, yeah, I might be on. I'm like, okay, that doesn't help. I need to know if you are or not because I need to create a list. There's more organisation to these things than people assume. But I appreciate you all. I should have enough for like 18 spots anyway, so we're all good. Rich, thank you very much for coming back, my friend. Shame you weren't in your Michelle Pfeiffer outfit. That would have been fun for the show. Maybe one day. Maybe next Halloween if the show lands on a Halloween.
Yeah, the year that the show lands on a Halloween, I'll wear full costume, right?
Nice. There you go. We've got it recorded. Thank you very much. Rich, where can the people find you?
I should have checked the calendar first, shouldn't I? That'll be
next year. Yes. Quick, I'm skipping ahead. Quick, while you plug, I'll skip ahead. Go on.
You can find me at Displayed Once on Instagram or in your local Boots buying a lot of talcum powder. What about you, Brandon? Where can we find you?
Hero Collections, somewhere on Instagram, looking for my camera.
You're lucky. Next year, the 31st is a Tuesday. So you're probably clear until about 2026. At this point, so you're in the clear. Okay, cool. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much in the chat. We appreciate you all. Thank you for joining us. Today was one of those shows where we're just catching up, casual, talking toys. But we appreciate you joining us all the same. I will see you Sunday for Legends and Liquor. Let me know if you want to be on. I'll start making that list. And until then, people, I'm going to be reviewing the wave. This wave. There you go. This one, and I'll do Moon Knight tomorrow. Okay, so. Stick around on the channel, hit the notification bell, hit that all button as well so you actually get a ping. What was that?
Moonstone,
thank you. Hit that all button and we will see you on the next one. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye. Quick, Rich, we need a word of the day. He's been practicing that all fucking day.
Just for you, Phil George, just for you.
Good luck, Ted. No one's going to watch the replay now after that. Fucking hell.
I'll just slow it.
That's an actual place you can visit in Wales, right?
The longest station name in the UK.
Impressive. Bring Toys to Work says 20k this weekend, Dan. I hope so, my friend. I think I need about 70 more subscribers. So if 70 people could go and tell a friend, that would be appreciated. Thank you so much.
Tell your mother. Tell everyone.
Get your mums involved. Yeah, this is a channel for mums. Mums are more than welcome. Get them to be a channel member and they can be on the stream on a Sunday. That's not a problem. We can make that happen. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Rich, one more time.
Go.
Beautiful. I'm not even going to try. Goodbye.